What's up, everyone? This is Goldilocks, former TNA backstage interviewer, manager, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Thanks for being here.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
Welcome back to the TNA Cross the Line podcast, episode 10. I am Bob Colling Jr. With me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. And last week we had the battle of friends, but we aren't really friends, so we have to be in a tag team match type of episode. And this week it continues, mostly between Jerry Lynn and AJ Styles, who will be having a best 2 out of 3 falls match. But if memory serves correctly, it's going to be throughout the entire show.
Yeah, I actually found that out too.
Yeah.
And I thought that was super interesting, which I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I hate it because it's going to mean, oh, wait, we get to see Jerry Lynn versus AJ Styles again soon. So.
Yeah, see, for me, I've always been like this. I typically don't even like tournament type of shows where you'll see the same guy 2 or 3
or 4 I get times. That.
So for me, it's like there's no denying how great Jerry Lynn and AJ Styles are. I don't think anybody can sit here and say otherwise. But I don't know if I would want to see them 2 or 3 times. In this case, at least 3 different times. I'd rather it be a traditional 2 out of 3 falls. Like, you get it out of the way right now. And I would probably book it. I don't know if you've seen this match necessarily, Dallas. I think it was well before. Well, the one I'm going to reference. The one that you. I think this one happened kind of a little bit before you started watching live. So you may have seen it years later now. But like Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin had a best 2 out of 3 falls match at No Way Out 2001. And it went like 43 minutes, but it was all combined into one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it didn't start off with the regular match and then come back later for a street fight. And then the main event was their cage match. It was all combined into one.
And that is a weird way to do it. I guess I'm just, like I said, I'm kind of excited to see it because then it makes me look forward to it. Now, if that was the last match on the show and it's like, hey, we got through the first hour, Jerry Lynn and Styles could be going on any time and potentially wrestle for an hour, I'd also be very excited of the fact that it could be this mind-blowingly good match that's also long with 2 great wrestlers. So I see both sides, and I totally understand what you mean, like breaking it up like that, because it almost takes away the point of doing 2 out of 3 falls because, like, they're going to have time to rest in between.
Right.
So it is really weird. And I'm interested to see how they're going to break it up. I would assume, I think I know, I believe we do open with them. Spoiler. And I don't know the rest, but I would assume one's going to be mid-show and one's going to have to be the main event if it gets that far. I don't know for sure. It's just obviously an assumption because it's wrestling.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. How are they going to fill in the pieces, I guess? And we know a little bit, but...
Well, it's funny you say this. Like, let's say the first hour was like a regular show. I would really look forward to that second hour knowing that probably 40... let's say half hour would be just nothing but Styles and Jerry Lynn.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking forward to the matches. I just don't want to feel like it's overkill.
No, I agree.
I'm worried about it.
And maybe I'd feel even better about it if they didn't rush the story and then kind of pull back on it. And then, like, if this was the blow off after like weeks, and let's say Styles just turned on like show 8. Oh my God. On show 10, we're going to see this huge match or what, like, we've been waiting for this match, and they've have fought, just not in singles matches. So
this would be the first time, at least in TNA, that they've locked up in one-on-one.
Exactly. So, needless to say, I think it's gonna be good. And I think I said last week too, I'm hoping that this show in general is good, being what I consider one of our first big milestones our 10th show.
Yeah, you've pointed that out numerous times. Like show 5, 10. I would imagine like the next one would be like not even 20. I would say like 25.
That's fair.
Would be the next milestone. And then after that, like 50.
50, and then like your whenever the year 50,
75,
I think,
100, something like that.
yeah, I think then you can kind of jump a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, especially as we've teased before, there's all this money lost, there isn't lawsuits and stuff, and it's continually teased. Like, I mean, in the beginning, for the first 3 episodes, it was literally said, "Are they gonna last 3 weeks?" Like, I don't know. It's not looking good.
Yeah.
And like, here we are, show number 10. It's a big one.
Well, here I got a question for you. Now that we've kind of been talking about it, excuse me. Would you kind of set up your programming where, like, in a traditional sense? So, like, if you had television, you're making, let's say, 3 weeks of TV, and then that last week would be your pay-per-view, like the big one. Like, so you're slowly building up to that big show, because I feel like right now they're trying to do like every show is a big show in order to make it like you gotta buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I would almost just be like, the first 3 shows of the month are going to be the build up, and then every month that last show is going to be like fucking everybody's here.
Well, I think
all the big matches.
Yeah, I think that makes sense logically. I think the problem is that since this is a weekly pay-per-view, you're asking people to pay $10 a week. You have to have at least something big each week, realistically, if you want someone to buy it. And I think that's where TNA definitely struggled in the beginning, but also at the same time, it's also what ended up working out for them, I think, because that's what kept people coming back.
No, I think I think you're right. I'm just saying. So those first 3 weeks, I would, of course, have stuff to draw you in, just like any normal TV show would.
And then have a big blow-off episode at the end of the month.
Big,
kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't have any stipulations the first 3 weeks. Like, I probably wouldn't have, like,
Yes.
Go disqualification, falls count, whatever, ladder match. Like, I wouldn't have those in the first 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But then the last week, I'd be like, yeah, here's your cage match, or here's your stretcher match, or whatever you want to do.
I agree with that.
But yeah, so I wonder if they do ever kind of go in that direction instead of like pick it out of a hat and we'll just have a huge freaking show every week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have like one show builds of various things. So
I just don't want it to get to a point where we get to a show and we're like, this show wasn't bad, when realistically that's what they were maybe going to start to do. Like, let's just say hypothetically this show, like, oh, it was okay. Then next week it's like, oh, that's okay too, I guess, like the kind of advanced stuff. And, and we sort of notice it, but it's still kind of like a mediocre show. And then all of a sudden in 3 weeks, we're like, holy shit, like that show was insane. And like, maybe then it would click and be like, oh wait, that's why these other shows weren't as good. Maybe I think it'd be fun to like almost feel that out and then put the pieces together. But I think it would bum us out if they all of a sudden started to do it. And then it's like, so I don't know. It'd be interesting. I'm curious to see what's going to end up happening.
Yeah, I am as well. Well, and before we get into the notes, you mentioned it to me right before we got on here. I figured we would send our well wishes to a former NWA-TNA competitor who, so far in our journey, basically quit because he lost to Lane and Bruce with Grand Apollo. Buff Bagwell was involved in a car accident on the day of the recording here of August 19th, 2020.
Yeah, it was actually, I think it was a few days ago, according to what the post I saw.
Well, it was at least publicized here on August 19th, 2020, where he was involved in a car accident. He's got some serious injuries. Unfortunately, it looks like he was under the influence of prescription drugs. We obviously know this has happened before, where Buff kind of got in a wreck, and I think he hurt his neck again in that one as well. Obviously, we never want to see that stuff happen. So hopefully Buff can, as the old cliche kind of goes, is kick out of any of his demons and continue to live a good life as he possibly can. since he's kind of like retired, I guess, from pro wrestling, at least in the mainstream way.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, Bob, because I was thinking about mentioning it as well, since he is, in fact, a TNA alum, technically, and of course, it's Buff Bagwell. So,
yeah. I mean, I remember he was, I wouldn't say one of my guys, far from it, in the WCW days, but I mean, I always enjoyed Buff. I mean, just the Buff Bagwell persona. I didn't necessarily like him when he was like the white meat Marcus Alexander Bagwell. We've seen him a few times on the IcoPod bonus episodes of WCW, where he has a new tag partner every other month, going for the tag titles. It's pretty wonderful. But you know, once he transformed himself in like late '96, early '97 into being Buff Bagwell, he definitely became a much more enjoyable character. But yeah, I just wanted to get out of the way that hopefully Buff Bagwell can kind of get his life back on track.
Yeah, definitely.
But go ahead, Dallas. Take it away with I know you have a bunch of notes. I'm assuming we'll get an update about Mr. Don Harris and his trademark T-shirt, which you mentioned. I don't know if we mentioned it on air or not, but you mentioned that his segment was in fact edited off of the Impact Plus app. So if anybody out there listening were to be trying to watch along on Impact Plus, we're sorry. We didn't know that it was. I didn't know for sure that it was edited off of the Impact Plus because, like I've said before, I have these shows in my own personal collection. I share it with Dallas, and then we go ahead and watch it. So we weren't aware of it being edited off Impact Plus. So I'm kind of glad that we don't use Impact Plus at this moment, because that would have sucked that it was edited off. I'm sure we would have noticed the difference in time.
Yeah.
I mean, that show probably was going like an hour 30 instead of an hour 51 that it usually does.
I think it came in about an hour 40, and off the top of my head, of course. And yeah, so obviously a lot of the social stuff I do, I kind of go on to Impact Plus and not rewatch the shows, but I go through the shows. And I look at the time and I was like, that was weird. I thought the time was longer than that. I'm going through and there's not a jump. I tell you what, they edit it beautifully, but there's a gap. And like, I was like, hold on a second. And no, the one reason I know this, and I'm not shilling Bob, however, I do usually have WrestlingRecaps.com up because Bob reviewed these shows years ago, and I have them up as I follow along in case, I'm like, oh, did he do this at this point? Should I point that out? Or like you have the Dup Cup rules written from the Week 8 show, and that was super helpful when I was going through making posts. And I noticed that match is gone. And I was like, no way. This is crazy. And yeah, I did tease last week. I didn't say that on the air that it was off of Impact Plus. I did text you that, like you mentioned. But last week I did tease that we will get into that, and we will. Also, there's another segment edited off Impact Plus, Bob, that I did not tell you. I figured I would wait to tell you while we were on here.
Well, I just want to, before you say anything, every time you text me and you're like all caps, bro, or you're not going to believe this happened, I always think something horrible has happened. Like either in your life or something monumental, like I should be really worried about, like maybe a wrestler died or something. But every time it's just like, Don Harris did something stupid and this is what happened. Or, this is off Impact Plus. And it's like, dude, stop. You're giving me a heart attack. Like every time. Hey, it's always at work too. It's like 9 a.m. and I'm just like, what the hell, man? Like I have like 10 pounds of stuff in my hands and you're trying to give me a heart attack.
Hey, to be fair, you do it to me too. You give me the hey, and I'm like, what? And
I do.
And then you wait like 20 minutes at least to text me, and I'm like, what the heck does Bob want right now?
Well, I put my phone on vibrate, so I never really know when someone responds.
That's fair.
That is true, though. I just go, hey, man, or is up?
Hey, man. And I'm like, are you canceling on me or what? But yeah, so after the Last Man Standing match, there's a segment, if everyone remembers, we discussed it, of course, where Bo and Stan Dump are backstage, and they're being interviewed by Goldilocks, and Stan makes a lot of comments about being scared of little people, and obviously T.O. specifically. And he says, I don't think he says anything like that I would have thought was bad enough to not put it on the show, but it's gone. That segment is not on there. So there's a backstage interview and the match cut, and they're like one hand in hand, like it's all at the same time.
I wonder if it's no. Well, I feel like they've used the word midget, many times.
Well, that's the weird thing is because then there's also the segment after the match where Stan kind of barricades himself, but that's on. And they're still like referencing stuff. And in the Dub Cup Invitational match, he even comes out with the board that says no little people. And like there's still the references there. So I don't know. I didn't listen back to the interview after we watched it. So I couldn't remember exactly, that's probably why they cut it. Now, I believe that besides Don Harris's shirt choice and this bad segment, I think that these were edited because they're the Fight TV versions that are on Impact Plus. They have like the black screen for like a commercial break where you'd insert that and stuff like that. So I think that they probably just didn't want to put that on there. Now, do I believe that if they put up the unedited original airings that they would have purposely edited that out? I don't know if they would have. Like, I don't think they would because they give a warning in the beginning of the shows. Even, I mean, remember Bruce stripped and like, but on Impact Plus, they censored his butt and like stuff like that. Like they were censoring stuff. I don't think they would have done that.
So do you think that if Don Harris on a WWE show that would be end up on the network, do you think the network would keep that shirt on the network?
I think the network, I could see WWE throwing a censor on it, like a blur, which might be annoying. I could see that happening. I honestly I don't know. They got some obviously Attitude Era stuff, and even okay. So this is not a perfect example here, and I have not gone back to purposely try to find this, but I know that there's moments in WWE where Jesus, I'm blanking on her name, Miss Kitty or whoever, takes her top off.
Yeah.
There's no way that's on the network, uncensored. No way.
I mean, it might. I mean, I know Sable did that, but I mean, she had paint on her. Dress,
Kat didn't.
Oh, that was like what, Armageddon?
No, it might have been
99.
Might have been. So that's where I don't know. I'm curious to know. I don't know. I guess I have to see something of a similar reference in WWE to make it. I mean, it's a pretty bad shirt, and we'll get into the details on some of the things that happened with that backstage. But before that, let's a little follow up from last week's show. I'll try to keep this part short. As mentioned last week, Dave Meltzer took a week off from his notes. So last week we had a shorter notes week. This week is a little bit longer. So please hold on tight. There's a lot of really fun stuff, really interesting notes here as well. Bob, we both said last week was not a good show, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I think it's without mentioning. I don't even know if we really have to say what do you think was the best and the worst, because I mean, Bruce defending the Miss TNA crown against the Fan, or aka Tina Hamilton, was not good at all. Really bad. Dup Cup is classic bad, and I don't know. I can't remember there being. I don't remember even what match I liked the most on the card. So we can just skip. Oh, you know what? SATs versus
that
Kid
first
Cash,
one,
Slim J and Shark Boy.
Yeah, that 6-man tag. Yeah.
Perfect. So we don't have to ask each other. I think we both agree on all that stuff. So a few things here that I always try to pull out notes that I think are interesting that Meltzer and Brian Alvarez point out in notes from last week. In the opening of the show, Bill Behrens, or Bad Boy Billy, as he calls himself in the show, mentions how Ricky Steamboat wasn't going to be there, which Alvarez points out is Carney 4. We couldn't afford to fly him in, which I thought was interesting because I guess when he didn't come out, I didn't even think about like a budget cut. Like I was just like, oh, he's not there. So
they couldn't fly out who?
Steamboat. Remember, he was absent from last show.
That's right.
They also mentioned that Slim J was 17 years old, which I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
Didn't know they look. That's similar to even when the Briscoes made their debut. I think one of them was 17, and they don't Mark would
have been the younger one.
Yeah, and he mentions that Slim J, did like a running shooting star press with a full twist, which he's never seen anyone do before, and frankly, he didn't think was possible. So he talks up Slim J quite a bit, and he wasn't bad. His just gimmick was awful, like the Eminem gimmick.
Yeah, it was pretty annoying. The constantly grabbing at his crotch and flipping people off or whatever.
Yeah. And I pulled this note out just because I wanted to bring it up. I might have brought it up last week as well. So obviously they've compared Sonny Siaki to The Rock. Like they're saying like he's kind of talking to the third person and he's kind of has that attitude and stuff. Well, they also are comparing Apollo to, he's pretty much a Rock clone, which I was like, I don't know if I was getting that vibe person.
No, I would say that Siaki is much more of a closer resemblance of The Rock than Apollo.
I think so too, if they're going to really make that comparison. But I just think it's odd that we are literally just comparing. Now we have two people in the card that are apparently Rock clones, which I just think is like a silly thing to kind of bring up because I don't think it's necessarily true.
No, it's not, and it's funny that they're kind of just saying that because they're both like Hispanic, or Samoan, I should say.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean that same idea. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of silly, so I wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
Okay. So onto some other notes here. So Dave mentions, I think it's Dave at least. Either way, it's in the Observer. On the 8/7 show. So this is 2 weeks ago. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, Dave kind of took a week off, so he kind of follows up with some news and some notes. He says that the 8/7 show came off as a strong show because of those there were hot. The crowd was in the same range as the previous, and at the time that was 500 range. And they started papering on the 8/14 show, as we knew, and that had about 900 in the building. And he mentions that on the 8/7 show, it featured one of the two best matches in company history in the X Division title three-way match where Low-Ki won the title. And he gave this match 4.5 stars.
No way.
So
there's no way. I don't think that would hold up now for him. There's no way.
Well, isn't that interesting, though? And he mentions that this was ROH quality with tons of innovative three-way spots. So he was really into that match. And he does mention, and I believe this is specific to the 8/7 show, that the stuff was good. The stuff that was good was very good, and boy, the stuff that was bad, it was really bad.
I mean, that's the trend for that.
Yeah.
So this is referencing the August 7th show. Correct?
That was the August 7th. Yep. And I have a couple more notes following up on that kind of mix in with last week's show about some finishes changing and stuff that I think you're going to find really interesting.
Okay, because he gave it 4.5 stars, that three-way.
Yeah.
So I just went back and looked at the review that I did for it some 12 years ago, or whatever it's been. It's been a long time. I gave it 3.
That's probably more fair, really.
Even back then. So I don't see 4.5. That's
I thought that was a little high because I feel like it was a good match, but I don't know if I would have rated it. I don't think that was the best match I've seen in the company necessarily so far.
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't know what I would think would be the best match in
I
company
had one,
history.
but I forgot. There was a match that, you know what I think it was, honestly, that I really liked a lot was the first X Division title match. Like, I feel like that match was just like the whole time I was sitting here like, oh my God, this match is insane.
Who was that?
Wasn't that the is it 4 or 6 man? I think it was 4. Like elimination. The double elimination match.
Oh.
That match was real good.
Okay.
I think it was on show 2.
With psychosis and everything?
Yeah, dude, that match was nuts.
No, you're right.
Like that match was insane.
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, maybe it's that one and then the 6-man tag.
Dude, I mean, that match was nuts too.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. So they bring up how Malice defeated Don Harris on the 8/7 show in a First Blood match, where the ending came out of nowhere with the title build because Harris was actually bleeding the hard way from the eye before he was supposed to blade. Now, apparently the finish was planned to be Harris coughing up blood from a throat drop with a chair. Instead, in like in boxing, there was an accidental headbutt opening up a quarter moon like cut on Harris's eye, and it needed 12 stitches. Apparently, on the 8/14 show with the Last Man Standing match, Harris won that, obviously, which was originally booked by Russo to be a draw. So no one was supposed to win the Last Man Standing match. It was going to be a draw.
And then what? Don went rogue.
No, it just was changed, I think. But
no, he went rogue.
I believe.
Let's just go with every possible way that Don Harris is a prick, and he went rogue.
Yeah, he is though. That's like legit.
I can't. So they changed it to Malice looking like an idiot.
Yep, I guess so.
Red dope.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Now that's not the only match that changed the finish, because in the pre-show booking meeting, the main event was also going to be a draw. Which, remember, it kind of ended in a no contest anyways.
Yeah, it pretty much was a draw, yeah.
Yeah. It was argued there should be a winner in that match, which, by the way, there wasn't. Oh, well, I guess the winner in the Last Man Standing.
But for the tag match, there should be a winner. But who are you going to have lose? Like we've said, like they booked themselves in a situation there where you're not going to have Jeff Jarrett or your new NWA champion Ryan Killings take a loss. Now I understand that it's Lynn and Styles, and it would probably be helpful, but of the four, if you had to pick somebody, I would probably have to do Jarrett.
Yeah,
but I don't see him doing that.
No, I agree with that. So. And another finish that was changed is that Monty Brown beating Skipper, as believe it or not, the original Russo script had Skipper winning. It says, it appears that Russo just wants to do the opposite of logic because he hates logical wrestling booking. So the idea, since Brown was to get the title shot at Killings for the title, which we obviously know we are about to watch here soon, right, that Brown should go over the week before. Russo figured he should book the opposite. So originally, Skipper was going to beat Monty Brown, and then Monty Brown was still going to be getting a title shot.
Oh, my Lord. That... I don't have a defense for that. That would make no sense. But that's happened in wrestling all the time. And we see it now even with, AEW, for instance. Like some guy will lose 2 or 3 matches and then somehow get a TNT championship match or something.
It's true.
I know for WWE, one of the most ridiculous examples of it was one year Ryback losing to Mark Henry at WrestleMania. And then the next month was the number 1 contender for John Cena's title.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it was John Cena. And they had like a 2 out of 3 something, like a 3 stages of hell match or something. Mm-hmm. It's just like, what? It makes no sense. Yeah. So that happens all the time. But Elix Skipper beating Monty Brown, when Monty Brown is one of our favorite acts thus far, to have him lose to Skipper would have been really head scratching. Monty Brown shouldn't be losing to anybody not in the main event.
I agree with that. It's also mentioned, remember the segment where Jeff Jarrett went into the bathroom and pulled out Bill Behrens with his pants down in the stall? Yeah, so it's just noted that he says, I guess Behrens is still paying for being anti-Russo in public interviews before Russo was hired. Lots of crap in more ways than one on this show. So I thought that was funny. So I don't know if I knew he was anti-Russo, but I guess that makes up for the silly bookings that we keep seeing.
Yeah, I don't ever recall an interview where he was rude about it or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't surprise me because I feel like Bill Behrens is really old school with his philosophies and stuff like that. And Russo is not. So, to a lesser extent, it's probably like a Behrens. It's like a Cornette versus Russo thing, but instead of Cornette, it's Behrens.
No, I think that makes sense. And honestly, Bill Behrens is kind of the guy that, I hate to say it, but he fits these goofy authority figure roles really good. He comes out with the goofy cowboy hat on, and that's pretty funny. And he's in the stall and his pants are down, and I don't know. He does the role really well. Maybe it's just because he's a good talent on screen, but I I don't hate it. It's like silly shit, but it is what it is.
Well, it's funny that that you bring him up, which I guess I should be not surprised considering he's, I think, on these shows for a little bit. I listened to Goldilocks recently interviewed him.
He did, and I haven't listened yet, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I listened to it today because I was like, oh, Bill Behrens. I wonder what he was talking about. They indirectly mentioned us.
Really?
In your posts.
Oh, that's really cool.
Because you made that post about like with Jim Miller on the floor with the FU thing or whatever.
No, yeah, because Bill Behrens.
Yeah, and Behrens mentioned like, oh, somebody recently shared it and I commented on it. I don't think there's any other TNA podcast that recently shared that. So
that's really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, but he mentioned that like the whole when he first met Russo that he was he's got to have his pants off, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentioned something else, and now I'm completely forgetting what he was talking about. So I won't continue on rambling. Maybe it'll come to me, and if it does, I will cut you off and continue my story.
All right, that sounds great. Well, the good thing is that he doesn't have all bad things to say about the show. And now don't worry, this isn't the last bad thing I'm going to say, or good. That's not the last bad thing I'll say about the show. But however, he mentions how Slim J is one of the wild side guys, and he's a great flyer. He mentions how Kid Cash quickly reminded people how good he was in ECW and WCW, and that WWE probably should have given him a shot, and that he'll be used more. But then he mentions that obviously we had way too much dupes on the show. They seemed like they were in every other segment, and every segment with them was terrible, which obviously we saw them twice backstage. They had the match. There was a lot of dupes on our show last week. And then apparently there's lots of internal heat with all the budget cutbacks because they continue to fly in Goldilocks from LA. Although personally, he says he gets a kick out of her smart ass act, and I got to agree. So I don't really blame him.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed her persona and character thing. Well, another thing with back to Bill Behrens because I kind of remembered. So he called Jim Miller like an idiot, but like in the nicest way, an idiot. So I guess he was saying that like TNA didn't want Jim Miller on television, or at least not talking. So they were like, okay, well, let's have him laid out, tied up with FU on his belly.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that was like a funny Jim Miller story because we haven't seen him like since
that. Whereas Bill Behrens we have, so that is really interesting. They mentioned, if you recall, the brawl between Lawler and Jarrett early in the show when he tried to grab a chair from the skinny fan that held the chair that Lawler was not able to pull away. He says, man, did that look bad. Watts would have fired Lawler on the spot over that one.
Yeah, he sure would have.
It was hilarious. And apparently
I totally forgot about the whole, I know what you did. I know it was you. I totally forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. We're going to hopefully find out maybe this week. Probably not, but...
Yeah, probably not.
They also... well, actually, before I get into the next thing here, if you watch that segment back, I didn't catch it early, but Lawler breaks. Like, he starts laughing. The last hug, he starts to laugh when he basically gives up, and man, it was funny. It was really good.
That's
They also mentioned Bruce's like gimmick where he's challenging any woman in the audience, a la Andy Kaufman, which I did not get that I didn't notice that, like how Andy Kaufman basically was like, I'd fight any woman or something like that. I think he used to do. Didn't he used to like call out people, say he'd fight? I don't know. I thought it was interesting because I remember hearing about it being
about with women. It very well could have. I don't remember.
I didn't watch a lot of it. I just when I read that, I was like, that's super interesting, and I do remember hearing something similar.
Yeah.
And he made sure to point out that the plant they picked, Tina Hamilton, they made sure to kill the fact that it was a plant because she started doing wrestling moves and like leg drops and body slams and.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like when she picked him up for a scoop slam, I'm like, come on.
And just like we said, with the exception of the opener, nothing on 814 was good.
That is correct.
Now he does mention some things about, he says, low key beating the Elvises had some good spots, mostly with Yang versus Key, but was mostly a gimmick to set up Siaki versus Yang in the next week. tag titles match with Jarrett and Killings versus Styles and Lynn. Obviously, it was just like nothing special. And like it didn't really make sense. So the fans didn't really care about it because obviously, like we mentioned as well, that the week before they did angles where both teams weren't getting along. And so the fans didn't really seem to care about that match. And he just mentions, wonder if anyone will learn the lessons of the overbooking. And he says that the good thing about the 8/14 show is that they did a great job at the end to push the card for the show we're going to watch on 8/21. So I wish I could say that was the end of my notes, but that was the end of the follow-up from last week. I have a lot of very interesting news, some sad news, and some things that we've obviously been following around a lot. So first off here, the rumor backstage at Raw and SmackDown last week is that the company was planning on raiding all major NWA TNA X Division cruiserweights. Surprised they didn't go that route sooner. It kind of indicates two things. First, that someone high up in WWE, probably on the SmackDown crew since they're the Cruiserweight show, watches TNA every Wednesday night. Second, and this is amazing to me, it seems to indicate that Vince feels TNA is a threat.
There's no way. There's no way that he sees them as a threat.
I wouldn't think so either. But it is an interesting fact that, you know, there's potential raids that could potentially happen. And now that was a comment from Alvarez. Now I can jump over to
Alvarez said that he might see TNA as a threat.
Yep. Now I cut out some of the stuff here, but I'm going to jump here to what Meltzer said, and he mentions that he's surprised that he says one thing that has been out of character, so to speak, is that with TNA opening, that WWE hasn't started them yet. And he mentions, going back 2 decades, it's always been a company philosophy to compete, whether it be trying to keep competitors out of buildings or taking talent. Now he goes on to basically tell more stories about some of this stuff, but he calls out a couple people. Now he mentions that TNA started at a time when WWE, which is a public company, of course, was starting to have revenue problems, and that it's hard to cut a bunch of talent like the company did at this time and front office positions and then raid the opposition. Now, he does mention, though, that because TNA is only running one city, the idea of running shows head-to-head in the market makes no sense and would be obviously anti-competitive. Besides, at this point, as WWE did with ECW, it's probably in the company's best interest to not destroy an opposition group that will never threaten them. A far cry from Crockett's in the 80s and WCW of the 90s. So then he kind of, like I mentioned, he kind of is going to go into, well, this is, these are some potential things and the reasons why they could take these people. So he says, whether TNA makes it or not, there are wrestlers who have raised their profile over the last 2 months from the shows. With Ken Shamrock, his tenure certainly didn't help his standing in wrestling. Shamrock was in serious enough discussions with WWE that Jim Ross talked about it in the Ross Report. The only reason he didn't go is because he had big money UFC deal for the Tito Ortiz match and that WWE wouldn't allow him to do it. Plus, the schedule would be a lot tougher. As for other high-profile talent, WWE is not going to have interest in Scott Hall and more than likely than not in Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, obviously, I think we all kind of knew that, though.
Well, Ken Shamrock, if he returned to the WWE in 2002, would have been interesting because we would have got probably, I would imagine we would have got like a Kurt Angle, Benoit, Jericho. There's a lot of matches there that would have fit his style. Taz, well, I think Taz might have been retired by August, I guess, 02 at least. But that could have been a really fun match if he got there a little earlier.
Yeah,
there's a lot of possibilities there. I'm not surprised that he went the UFC route and got his ass kicked by Tito Ortiz for a bunch of money. That doesn't surprise me.
At least he made money, I guess, right?
Well, that's all you want to do is make money.
It's the business, man. So he does mention that Ron Killing's obviously a product of WWF developmental and a short-term TV player. Has said he doesn't want to go back because he's mad about being terminated, how it was handled. We've talked about that before. He said he's got little doubt that that's his true feelings, and when faced with a dimes to dollar decision at 30, that's a hard call to make. Of course, making his feelings about the organization and specifically McMahon's and Jim Ross so public doesn't help his cause. We've seen WWE will overlook just about anything if they think that the person will help draw money, though. And as we know, It may have taken a little bit longer, but he did in fact go back to the WWE.
Yeah, and I feel like it's been well documented that like if you're vocal, you know, like throw like insults at Vince and WWE, that he's more inclined to bring you back because it kind of shows that you have an edge. Like Bobby Heenan, for instance, he never took a shot at the WWE when he was on Nitro and stuff. And if you'll notice, he was never rehired. He made like a one-off. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame and stuff like that, but he wasn't brought back as a like commentator.
Wow, that's really interesting.
So I think if you basically like trash him, then you're brought back. Like Hogan was brought back. Hogan testified
More than one time.
under oath. Right, yeah. Scott Hall's been back a bunch of times. Kevin Nash.
Oh yeah. And
A bunch of guys.
no, that's a good point, Bob. And you know,
Billy Graham. Superstar Billy Graham.
Oh God, he's
Give me a
bad.
break.
He's bad anyway. But yeah, no, that's really interesting. That's a good point. I like that. It's mentioned that Jerry Lynn is a similar story. To this day, the reasons for his termination by WWE after knee surgery have never been answered. He got a push early, and it was said that Vince decided he wasn't marketable. He was buried.
Well, that's been rumored to be a Paul Heyman thing too. Paul
Really?
Heyman never liked Jerry Lynn.
Oh,
So when he got into a position of power in WWE, at least I think Jerry Lynn has said this before, that that he was kind of screwed from the get-go. Same thing applies to like Mike Awesome. I think Paul Heyman always had a grudge against Mike Awesome for how he left ECW and stuff like that, and Raven for that matter too.
oh my God. Well, those are three shames because I like all three of those guys a lot.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
So that's really interesting. But yeah, because he mentions, you know, he was buried, he got hurt, and released about the time that he was ready to return with the creative Has Nothing For You story. Lynn would have been a solid addition because of his in-ring for the SmackDown Cruiserweight division, but his age is also a question in rebuilding. Then also, given, now this is on to someone else, of course, sorry. Given how everything went down in June, it's hard to see McMahon going back with Vince Russo, although I wouldn't call that impossible, but Russo probably has a contract with TNA, and it's doubtful he's going to leave as long as the company is still alive, and he's got far less politics to deal with. The same can be said probably for the company's most valuable out-of-the-ring TV performers, announcers Mike Tenay and frontman Ricky Steamboat. Steamboat filed a lawsuit against WWF in the past, but there has been a lot of heat for the way he left last time. Of course, that was 100 years wrestling time ago, but WWE has already has its quota of non-wrestling performers who are more than current, so it's doubtful they have had any interest in bringing Steamboat back. Tenay was considered a year ago when they were going to do a full-scale WCW promotion, but the night in Tacoma, when the crowd reactions changed everyone's plans, seemed to doom him, and he was never considered again. And since, obviously, they have their own announcing crew trained the way that they want them trained. So.
Okay, well, the Jerry Lynn comment I think is absolutely ridiculous about his age. When you have shows that have guys like Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan on them,
Mm-hmm.
to suggest that Jerry Lynn is too old is asinine to me.
I agree with that.
And
Absolutely.
I think he's showcased just in these first 9 episodes that he is very capable at performing at a high level.
Yeah.
And you know, there's so many guys that. So let's say, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but let's say WWE were to sign Lynn and Styles and Kid Cash
Mm-hmm.
and Loki. Let's say they got all 4 of those guys, and they inserted them into the Cruiserweight division of August 2002. Now, off the top of my head, I can't possibly name all the Cruiserweights.
Yep.
That WWE has at this time. But Billy Kidman, Tajiri, Hurricane Helms. I know Jamie Noble. I believe, Jamie Noble's there at this time. I think he arrived in June of 2002.
Mm-hmm.
Just that core of guys for that Cruiserweight division would be insane.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cruiserweight division kind of even without those guys, are actively putting on really good matches. And I think a guy like Jamie Noble doesn't get enough credit at all. And I've been contemplating like writing an article for WrestlingRecaps.com, kind of looking at his independent run that he would have like 3 years later, and then get rehired and be horribly misused again, similar to like Charlie Haas.
Mm-hmm.
But that's really annoying that they would kind of suggest, like, oh, it'd be tough to have a guy like Jerry Lynn there. That's asinine to me. He had, for what we know, you're looking at Jerry Lynn, and for right now, he's competing at a high level for at least like 8 more years.
Mm-hmm.
Like till at least 2010, he's really doing solid stuff. And I know even up until like 06, 07, he's working really well with guys like Saban and stuff like that. So,
and having really good matches.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
I mean, it's just like, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
No, it really doesn't. And I don't think he's that far off in age than Van Dam.
I believe it.
So, you have Van Dam, who's constantly in the main event spots and whatever for WWE. So I don't know what this narrative is for a guy like Jerry Lynn. Like, I feel like he always gets overlooked and miscast as being like, oh, he's too old, or he may look old. Like, he doesn't look like Ron. Like, Ron Killings has always looked like he's 25 years old.
Yeah.
Jerry Lynn does not look like he's 25.
Well, it's speaking on that too, not even just his age, but I mean, just to be honest, I think personally I've overlooked Jerry Lynn. I don't think I ever really truly appreciated his work. And like, I'm almost ashamed to admit that, because even just watching these TNA matches, it's like, wow, Jerry Lynn he's climbing up in my, like, some of my favorite wrestlers. Like, he's up there for me, I feel like. And I don't know if I would have thought that, not sitting down and watching even just some of this stuff.
No, yeah. So I just looked it up. Van Dam is 8 years younger than Jerry Lynn. But Lynn, even when they had those matches in ECW in 2000, well, 99, 2000, and a few of them earlier as well on house shows.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were neck and neck. Like, it was, Jerry Lynn wasn't seen as like, he couldn't hang with a guy like Van Dam.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I'm like so annoyed by that comment, but I don't think it's right at all.
I agree. But moving on to some other guys that they mentioned, and we got a little bit more detail on some of them too. That kind of, matter of fact, I was just talking to you about this paragraph here that before we started recording, but he writes here that this is going to now lead us to the youth. So once again, let's bring up the age, right? We got just a list here: AJ Styles, Low Key, Christopher Daniels, the Elvises, Elix Skipper, Monty Brown, Kid Cash, Malice are the company's top guys. He's saying now.
Malice.
Yeah, well,
he should be. He should be.
Yeah, I mean, realistically.
But no way. And I wouldn't even put Skipper in there either.
I don't know how you could. I guess, right?
Not by how they've been presented. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Now, WWE has known about Daniels for years and even signed him to a developmental. He's not key enough performer to raid since he's in Japan so much. He's not really strongly associated with TNA. Styles was offered a developmental deal and turned it down, as we have talked about previously, for very rational reasons of not wanting to move his family, and he has a regular job, of course. And he didn't want to give up the pay that he was making every week of $500 in Louisville. Whatever name value he's gained from being seen by hardcores each week and being involved in some super matches is combined with the fact his weakness, such as the ability to work with different style wrestlers and facials, have also been seen. WWE knew about Low Key and never even invited him to a tryout camp, let alone offered him a developmental deal. Stylistically, he's all wrong for the company unless Paul Heyman wants to get behind him, because if he does, he'd be able to get him over because of his uniqueness. I'm still not sure why nobody in Japan has contacted him. He mentions that Yang is outstanding, but they've already cut him, and he's more an All Japan guy who does TNA between tours. I could see him possibly interest in a SmackDown spot, but again, it's the same deal. Now pointing out that, of course, Jimmy Yang eventually would, in fact, go to the WWE as well.
Yeah, that would be, I think, next year, 03? He'd be part of
Oh, wow. Is it really that soon? That's crazy to me.
I think so.
No, you might be right.
I think he was a Kyo, wasn't he?
Oh, man. I don't know. You might have to look that one up.
With Tajiri? He was Tajiri's henchman. That's a very forgotten.
Dude, I don't know about that one. You might need to look that one up quick.
I'm gonna look it up right now. That's a very forgotten thing. It was him and Ryan Sakota, if I remember.
Holy
correctly.
Crap!
Yeah. He went to All Japan 02. Yeah. Let's see. All right, so he returned to WWE in September of 2003.
Whoa, that's nuts.
So
I didn't know that.
He made his television debut again October 19th at No Mercy. So yeah, that was when that happened.
Interesting.
He was released July 5th, 2005.
Yeah, okay.
And then he came back again in May 2006. All right, I'm not going to get into Jimmy yet. Go ahead.
No, but it's interesting though. I remember him, the cowboy one, you know?
Yeah, Jimmy Wang Yang.
Yeah, that's how I know who he is. So, because obviously that's what I watched as a kid.
Yeah.
He mentioned Sonny Siaki with the gimmick has a negative chance of being hired. I don't know why, but whatever.
Who has a negative chance of getting hired?
Sonny Siaki, probably one of the more talented guys we've watched every week.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he would be a prime guy to get signed by WWE. Are you kidding me?
He's a Rock clone, don't you know?
Well,
whatever.
He is. I mean, The Rock going to Hollywood, you just insert Sonny Siaki in there.
Exactly. He mentions that Jorge Estrada has been looked at before, but isn't worth stealing. Skipper was also a cut. Cash has gotten a chance ability-wise, but his rep worked against him, and he's got a lot older, early 30s, than most think. So once again, bringing up the age. He mentions that Malice was another WWE cut, and the way the business has changed, the last thing a company that has Big Show and Albert floundering needs is a mediocre guy just because he's big. We were about to say something about.
Yeah, Malice was cut.
I would assume when they started with WCW, the invasion and stuff. I'm sure, yeah.
Oh, I thought he was saying he was with them, and then he got cut.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know. He doesn't obviously elaborate here, but I think that a WWE cut is in when they got all the contracts. They were like, "No, we don't want that one."
Oh, I didn't know this. So, Malice signed a developmental contract in March of 2001. So he did, in fact, sign a contract.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's good to know.
However, he was later given his release so he could deal with a personal issue. Which, okay, that makes sense to me because the Wall has a look that WWE Vince McMahon would love.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
He mentions about Monty Brown, although at 32 is also being old. Is almost
okay. This is ridiculous. How many times is he gonna say that someone who is 30 years old is too fucking old?
They're making you feel good, aren't they?
Well, that's probably why I'm offended. But I mean, Diamond Dallas Page didn't even start wrestling until he's 36. Batista,
I know.
Same thing. He was in his mid 30s.
It's unbelievable.
Hulk Hogan's main big run didn't start until he was almost 40.
Mm-hmm.
What is this guy talking about?
Well, don't worry.
That's gonna annoy you.
Even though he's old at 32, he's almost a prototype of the kind of athlete that they love in developmental. Not sure what kind of deal he has with Jarrett, but even if they weren't looking at hurting a position, I'm surprised they haven't given him some thought. But when you go through the roster, you realize just how few people would help WWE. It'll be interesting to see if any moves are made. So, interesting stuff there. Okay, you ready to get in some pretty interesting stuff?
I was born ready. I mean, everything that you've been saying, I feel has been pretty interesting.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's
these
fun.
Takes that he has is just.
Well, I think it's only going to get more interesting, and I'm going to start out with a bang right here, man.
Oh boy.
It's reported that Ed Ferrara is finished with the company, so he is gone.
Wow. That was a short-lived reunion with Russo then.
Yeah, so it says that the reason has nothing to do with Vince Russo, who he had a falling out with back when they worked together in WCW. Although Ferrara said at one point if Russo came back, he'd quit the company. The two ended talking out their differences and were getting along fine. They also pretty much never saw each other, as Russo would come to Nashville on Tuesday morning when Ed was in the studio working on video packages. Basically, the staff is bare bones right now, and Ferrara was doing about 100 million different things, and all the time spent just became too much of a drain on him. The split was amicable. I can't say that word, but and there was a chance he might be. Yes, yeah, you got it. And there's a chance
That's Syracuse University.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right,
Thank you. It was a design degree, not English. And he might be brought back just to do commentary for the live shows if the two-man team of Mike Tenay and Don West doesn't work out. On the website, Ferrara made the following statement, quote, "I wish everyone at NWA-TNA best of luck. I've got a lot of friends in the organization, and I hope things take off and that the company goes through the roof. I wish everyone involved with TNA continued success," end quote. With the announced team now just to Tenay and West, it means West, who was on shaky ground for a while, will have a job for at least the near future. So, don't you love that they keep like pretending that he's going to get fired?
Like from the beginning. Is this going to be going on for the next 7 years?
Well, yeah, right.
I feel like that happened all the time with him. Like, oh, he sucks. It's just a matter of time before they get somebody else.
Mm-hmm. On the note of Ferrara, it is mentioned that he's obviously taken off the broadcast team, and he is in fact not on the show that we were about to watch. There had been talk for some time of doing a two-man team, though, ever since they did the angle to injure Ferrara, and the broadcast seemed to go smoother. So it's pointed out after he went through the table that the rest of the show went pretty good, so they didn't know if they really needed him.
No, I feel like that was very clear. And I remember, I think it was last week, when they kind of like zoomed in to cut him out and have it be just West and Tenay. Like that to me was an indicator of like, that's where they're going.
Yeah. And now it's interesting because on the 814 show, he does mention here that Ferrara seemed to feel his spot was in jeopardy because he was more aggressive than ever before. Which I did notice when I went back to the show. He talked a lot, and he wasn't just bullshitting. Like, he was making sure he was calling stuff good. And I would argue it was probably his best show calling-wise that he had. So it's interesting note that they felt like he had to keep being more aggressive.
Yeah.
And once again, they bring up Don West isn't particularly good on matches, but he's awesome in selling for next week's show. I'm guessing they will have a revolving door of heels brought in during shows. So they're thinking they're still going to be doing a 3-man booth, but with different people all the time. I don't know if that actually ends up happening.
I hope not. I could see what ends up happening is that they, like every match, there's a wrestler calling, like, you know, the Flying Elvis, for instance, could be wrestling. Sonny Siaki's going to be on commentary, you know, or AJ Styles is wrestling, Jerry Lynn, like always like a guest spot for a match. I feel like that's something that Russo loves to do.
Yeah. Hey, and speaking of Russo, Bob, fun fact that his scripts for the show are said to be unbelievably long, as in over 30 pages. 30 pages.
Of what?
Don't know. I'd love to read one, though.
Is he writing out promos for people? Or is it just like, oh, we're going to have 42 segments and 20 of them are going to be the Dutt brothers?
I would assume that he's writing promos and stuff, too. So I thought that was fun. Apparently, every show from this week through the end of September, with the exception of September 4th, for whatever reason, will be available on Viewer's Choice Canada. Because I think that is one of the ones that has been kind of in and out, like, are they going to show things? Are they not going to show things? So it kept pretty interesting. And it's mentioning that it's mentioned later on, I believe, in Meltzer's part here that the Viewer's Choice Canada is going to skip the 9/4 show, like I just said, due to a Canadian content law that they are attempting to work around. And the hope is that they'll go weekly starting September 18th. At that point, the only major North American holdout would be the Dish Network, where the deal hasn't been finalized. Some interesting stuff there. So despite what has been seen seemed to be some good news from the past few weeks in regard to the survival of the company, the mood was bleak backstage at the show last Wednesday. Publicly, the company was claiming to have gotten the budget down to between $75,000 and $100,000 per week, which would have mean that they could survive on 15,000 or so buys per show. However, guys were getting pay cuts as of Wednesday, and the decision has already been made to no longer fly in Ricky Steamboat, which is why we just did not have him on the show. So that's interesting.
So he was there for what, like a week or two?
I think 2 weeks, yeah.
And they're already not going to do it. We'll bring him in.
I guess. We'll see.
Wow.
Many seem to be under the impression, though, that the end was near. So here we are. We're going into the 10th show, and we think the end is near still. That
doesn't surprise me.
No, I mean, it says this was their 9th show, and it's imperative that they run at least 13 so as to not incur serious financial penalties from in-demand. In fact, if they don't run 13 shows, they don't get one dime of the buy rate money collected, which would be a disaster of biblical proportions for Jerry Jarrett. So they've got to survive 4 more weeks for sure. But after that, I suspect it will be a week-to-week. We don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, my God. So he's got to run at least 4 more shows to get the money.
Yeah. So we got at least 4 more, dude.
Now, it doesn't specify that it has to be, like, original content.
Which is interesting, and I think we'll get into this more probably next week. But we got some like clip shows coming up,
right?
Which we will be doing some bonus content. Which I think Bob will announce next week what we'll be doing for those 2 shows. I think that'll be good right before. Leave a little cliffhanger. I think everyone's gonna like it.
Yeah. So that's interesting though. That okay, I'll give you 4 weeks, but maybe half of those won't be original content, and then go fuck yourself.
Exactly.
That's smart.
Yeah. So some notes from the live show. Dark matches. I can't remember if it's exactly from last week. I think it is last week. Dark matches saw Chris Harris and James Storm defeating Brian Lee and David Young, if you guys remember. Storm is still a cowboy despite Harris's plea for him to knock off the stupid gimmick several weeks back. They did a funny deal where he fired his guns and shot down one of the stage lights. At least I hope it was a gimmick and that the gun wasn't loaded. Didn't hear how well Lee did, but the crowd liked the match. No, I wish that sounds funny that he shot down a stage light. I wish that we saw that. Because that's like ridiculous.
Well, it would definitely work well with his
goofy
silly,
like cowboy thing. Yeah,
silly persona right now. Yeah.
Ron Killings is in the news. He's finishing up work on his first CD, which will be released in September. The rapping thing in WWE was not a gimmick. So, and as we know now, he obviously does. He writes his theme songs. He sings. He's pretty successful in that sense as well. Bob Ryder, in a column on the TNA website, said no matter what anyone said, Killings was under a long-term deal and absolutely would not be going to WWE anytime soon. And he says, write that down. So, write that down. And so he is not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably one of the more valuable guys, so it doesn't surprise me.
Agreed.
That they try to lock him up for at least a little while.
Yep, I agree. On to Bob's favorite section, the Rash Report, news and notes from this week. Said this week's TNA show would be heavy with X Division matches, which is hopefully going to be a good thing.
Well, is he just referencing that 3 of them are going to be Styles and Lynn, who are part of the X Division?
Sort of.
Okay.
But there's some other stuff. I got some well, I don't know if they're actually new announcements. Let's read through because let's see. So said Kid Cash made a good impression and would probably be back. Stand Up has left to Japan. That's the good news, he says in this. The bad news is that he'll be back soon. He said TNA Top Brass, quote, Top Brass met with In Demand in Los Angeles last weekend, and the meeting went very well. He says the Jimmy Yang versus Sonny Siaki match this week will be 1 fall. So apparently we needed clarification that match is not 2 out of 3 falls. But there you go.
Was it announced as 2 out of 3?
I don't think it was, so I don't know why they mentioned that. And now this is breaking news. Stop the presses, he says. He announced Low-Key versus the SATs versus Red, which apparently he mentions. I thought Red was one of the SATs, Spanish announced team members, in a 4-way X Division championship match. So
See,
it's
I
very
don't.
similar to what we had last week with the Elvises and
Yeah, and I don't like that. If Loki were to retain, you're destroying another 3-man group.
all three of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think fucking Joel Maximo is gonna win the X Division Championship. Out of the three, I mean, Red would probably be the most likely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know why they keep doing that.
I don't know either. But
You
hopefully it's
have
good match,
enough.
I guess.
You have enough talent to feed low key a different guy each week.
Absolutely.
You know,
I agree.
so yeah, that does make sense to me.
Okay, and I wish I could say this was the main event, and maybe I should have saved it for last. But let's talk about Don Harris's T-shirt, Bob. Let's just get it out here.
Best thing
I can't
ever.
wait. I've been waiting on this news since I mentioned it last week that I saw there was a whole part of it in the Observer. So let's just go through it here. It says there's a lot of controversy stemming from the T-shirt Don Harris wore in his match Wednesday. There's a black shirt with the two white lightning bolts forming an SS on the front, a symbol that was used by the Nazi secret police during World War II, and also by some modern-day biker gangs, including the San Diego chapter of the Hells Angels. People were outraged. Harris, who is a known motorcycle enthusiast, has had the same symbol tattooed on his right arm for some time. And in fact, when he was in ECW, he was told by Todd Gordon that they wouldn't put him on TV unless he did something about it. He ended up going back to the tattoo parlor and having them redesign it somewhat so it wasn't so obvious. The tattoo was visible at the end of the match Wednesday as he sat leaning against the corner pad, easily visible if you knew what you're looking for. On Thursday, TNA offered the following apology on their website. Quote, on the August 14th episode of NWA-TNA Total Nonstop Action, one of our performers wore a T-shirt out to the ring that had an offensive symbol on it that prompted many of our fans to email us. We were not aware of the incident until we received the response from our fans, and we agreed with those who say the shirt was offensive. We do not in any way condone such things and have taken the steps to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again. We apologize to those who were rightfully offended. End quote. Some have argued that it wasn't a Nazi thing, it was just a biker thing. Whatever the real story is, and whatever his beliefs are, the fact that he showed up on a nationally televised wrestling show wearing a shirt with a symbol that many people immediately identify with Nazis is mind-boggling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand the apology that they put out in the sense of like, oh yeah, we agree with you. How many people, management people, saw him throughout the day, probably wearing that shirt, and was like, okay, that's fine.
So that's the thing, Bob, is he's in other segments on the show not wearing that. Like, he's wearing like an NWA staff shirt.
So you think he was just at Gorilla and he just had the shirt on and he went out?
Yeah, and I feel like even after talking to Goldilocks, that she mentioned even it's like the Wild Wild West. Like, shit was probably happening so fast, it probably just wasn't caught. And he probably went out there and people were like, oh no. And I do truly think that that's what happened. Is their apology a little weird? Yeah. Like, it comes off like, oh, we didn't know until you emailed us. And like, that was wrong to say.
Yeah, that's what I was really kind of like, you shouldn't be saying like, oh yeah, you're right, we didn't know until you actually told us. Like, that's bad.
Well, because what, are you not paying attention to your talent?
Right. Like, you should say like, oh, he wore a shirt, we know it's offensive, we've handled it, he's been, disciplined in the matter. Not like, oh, we didn't even know that it was a bad shirt. That's essentially what they're saying. Oh, until you told us it was a bad shirt, we didn't even know.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. So I guess moving on. I mean, that was the exciting news there. He definitely got heat for it. I'd be shocked. Yeah, I agree. And it was obviously, like we said in the beginning of the show, it was bad enough that it was removed from Impact Plus. So.
Which I feel like in wrestling that stuff never happened. Like, they never really edit stuff off unless it's really offensive.
Yeah.
And like the Attitude Era, I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff that's offensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, that's gotta be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure no one's like crying that a Don Harris Malice match is not available in full.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I mean, well, you're not missing much,
Though, and they didn't edit off Jarrett claiming to have reverse racism.
Yeah, I mean that's still on there. I'm pretty sure.
So that just gives you an idea of these TNA shows. You have a guy wearing a Nazi shirt, and then another guy saying, "Hey, it's because I'm white that I'm not getting, equal rights, equal opportunity."
Yeah,
a weird show.
Yeah, it really was. So now on to some. Well, it's sort of an independent thing. I don't think it's anything you're going to cover, Bob. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It's not about a match or anything, but Ron Gossett, and this has of absolutely no relation to Ronnie P. Gossett, a longtime manager promoter type in Tennessee, is claiming a TV taping. Of course, we have no idea what it's being taped for his new Universal Championship Wrestling on September 16th in Marietta, Georgia, with Tony Schiavone and Scott Hudson as announcers, plus former WCW personnel like Terry Taylor and Keith Mitchell involved. Now, because NWA-TNA wrestlers are not under exclusive deals and can work television for whoever they choose at this point, the talent list includes people as follows. We got Buff Bagwell, Malice, Little Guido, Tony Mamaluke, Chris Chetty, Reno, Danny Doring, Disco Inferno, Rainbow Express, Diamond and Swinger, Elix Skipper, Sonny Siaki, Chad Collier, and Steve Carino. So that's kind of fun.
And what company is this?
It's talking about this Universal Championship Wrestling show. I haven't heard of this.
I've never heard of that.
Because I didn't, and I'll be honest, can't remember if I tried to look it up quick, but the fact that Tony and Scott were calling a show in Georgia in 2002 was super interesting to me.
Universal Championship Wrestling?
Mm-hmm. In 2002, apparently.
It's in Georgia.
Yeah, Marietta, it says. I don't know if it actually ended up happening, to be honest with you.
Well, I just typed it into Cage Match, and there is one that is in Georgia, but it looks like they didn't have a show until 2004. There's one here for Kentucky, but that's not the right one either. So, yeah, I don't know. And what the date of the taping was? What?
9/6. Sorry, 9/16.
9/16. All right, so you said Sonny Siaki would have been part of that.
They claim that he was on the card.
So let's see if that is anywhere. Real quick here. And no. Yeah, so that might be one of those never really materialized type of deals.
Absolutely. Could have been.
But that's an interesting list of wrestlers.
Yeah, I thought so too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I said, Tony and Scott Hudson doing a show in 2002 really was like, whoa, hold on. That's cool.
Yeah, right, but it's also just
random
it's
group,
it's a weird mixture of mid-card ECW dudes, Reno from WCW.
Yeah.
And the biggest star of the group is Carino.
I guess. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is. That is for sure interesting. I've even Googled this and there's nothing coming up. So I don't think maybe it'll be up in one of the updates in the weeks to come here, but I'm not seeing anything for it.
I'm hoping we'll find out more because I was curious as well.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a little bit more. Hope you're hanging on. Got some more fun stuff here. Like I said, this week is packed full of this news and stuff, and I know we're going a little longer than normal in the intro here, but there's a lot of stuff.
Well, I think it's all stuff that we need to know about, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that, I mean, like I said, we've talked about early on in our show here, is that we're learning stuff here, and I think it's really interesting, especially with such a new company still.
Right.
So this is about Scott Hall. So his deal was for $3,000 or $3,500 per show. They've heard both figures, so we don't know. Plus first class transportation. He's agreed to fly coach, but they also want to significantly cut back on that fee, or they probably won't use him. And the stretcher job lost to Jarrett was designed as a blow off if needed. So if he wouldn't kind of cut back, they already wrote him off. There is interest in bringing in Sean Waltman, and they were hoping to have him at one point for the 814 show as Jarrett's tag team partner, because they were originally going to split up Jarrett and Killings as a team earlier in the show and use a surprise partner at the end and use Sean Waltman.
Okay.
So that's fun. Now, they do mention that they could use Waltman and Hall together, although not as the NWO, since McMahon owns the name. Hall had a 4-show deal, and he's worked all 4 shows. So that's important to keep in mind. If Waltman isn't on the 821 show, it's because either WWE hasn't released him or they did so with one of those 90-day non-complete causes. So I don't know if he's on the show. But I only mentioned this because it didn't say he is or isn't. So who knows? Bagwell also hasn't brought back because of cutbacks as well as attitude. So he's got a bad attitude, and they need to cut back on the price. Now, this note I think is super interesting, and honestly, I did not expect this when I read it. So obviously, we knew previously that Ken Shamrock had a 26-show deal signed, right? Well, right. It doesn't seem that there is any interest in bringing him back.
Wow. Shamrock is not... They don't have any interest in bringing Shamrock back.
I guess not.
What the hell happened with... How would that happen?
I don't know if they go into... I don't know if they go into details, at least right now. But this kind of really blew my mind. And then I believe I did do some research on it, and he does, in fact, not come back for a long time. And then he does like 2 one-offs, and then that's it until like, last year, 2019 or something.
Right. So, you know what? To me, sure Shamrock is a name, a star. And you've mentioned like the UFC crossover, like may have played a part, but I mean, he really hadn't wrestled or fought in UFC for at least a little while, I think, prior to his TNA run. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point, whether it be now or shortly thereafter, because like you've said, he was going to be fighting Tito in November. In the UFC, in terms of popularity, has been rapidly on the upswing by this point. And I wouldn't be surprised if Shamrock would have made a money play. Like, let's say you were saying that the top guys were getting like $300 to $3,500 per shot. I think with that exposure on UFC in a high profile fight, he might have been like, he could have been in the future been like, give me some more money. So I'm actually kind of fine with it though, because if the lowest amount of money you're paying someone's like $300, I'd rather use that $300 for potentially 10 other talents.
No, that's true.
That are better than Shamrock and build them up on my television to make another star at a cheaper rate. So I kind of understand it.
I just think it's a shame that they really teased a lot of matches with Shamrock that we're not going to see. Like they teased Jarrett Shamrock, they teased Monty Brown Shamrock. Now, I'm not saying that necessarily those would have been great matches. However, you teased them. And like, I sort of wanted to see Jarrett and Shamrock fight. I didn't think it was going to be a good match necessarily, but I was wanting that because they kept saying Jarrett wants to fight Shamrock. He deserves the title.
Well, I feel like that was the main event match.
I think that was one
building towards.
Yeah, I think that was one of their matches that they could have really sold a lot of shows for, to be honest, because they were really hyping it up. But needless to say, Ken Shamrock's gone, at least for now.
I don't think he'll be that missed, because realistically, when he was champion, he was kind of presented as an afterthought and a mid-card guy anyway.
Well, and to be fair, if they're going to be focusing more on X Division, he's not. It's going to be fine. We'll be good.
Yeah.
A lot of wrestlers on the 814 show were unhappy because several, and these were guys not making much to begin with, were told that the pay was going to be cut back. Not sure what Top Dollar is, but are using less and less fly-ins. And even Bob Armstrong is driving 7 hours in for shows. So he's not getting flown. He's driving 7 hours to come out and like be an authority figure. Like what?
Wow.
Insane. All of the cost-cutting measures don't paint a pretty picture, although the company line is that they are keeping costs low until they get specific buy rate info. And when they have a better idea of what they're doing, they'll increase or decrease, however little it is possible left to decrease, and still do a pay-per-view based on that. They were looking at increasing ads as they were talking about buying cable ads during Raw in rotated selected markets starting on 8/19. Oh, that was interesting.
Well, I mean, I think that's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, why not? Here's a fun one for you. Apparently, American Dragon is expected to be brought in soon. Isn't that interesting?
Really?
No, that's what to say.
Well, spoiler alert, I don't think he does come in.
Yeah, I don't
At
think
least not for the weekly. Yeah, maybe he'll show up on Explosion. That I don't know.
he could. That's a good point.
Really? American in 2002?
Isn't that nuts?
I mean, I know he has buzz on him from his Ring of Honor stuff, but like his real top level buzz wasn't until a few years later.
Mm-hmm. Shark Boy, who worked in the opener on 8/14, was to work the 4-way X-title match with Loki on 8/14, as was Dragon, or American Dragon. But they changed plans and went with the Elvises one week and the SATs the next. So we were supposed to get a 4-way X Division match between Loki, American Dragon, Shark Boy, and then someone else, which is like sounds way better than Loki fighting the Flying Elvises.
Oh my god, absolutely.
Apparently Ricky Steamboat himself has asked to turn heel, so that wasn't a Russo idea. Russo is clearly rushing the turn and making it obvious rather than subtle as everyone sees it coming. So
He's not even coming back though.
Well, apparently.
Right?
Yeah. Well, that's what's teased. Apparently there's nothing new on Shane Douglas.
Wait a minute. Steamboat asked to turn heel.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're doing.
I guess.
But the context of the angle is that Jarrett is claiming reverse discrimination or racism.
Yeah.
And Steamboat was like, yeah, I said you get a title match, but I didn't say the world title match. And he gave him a tag title match. That's the last thing he really did.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that could maybe say that was a heel was like, didn't he roll like Apollo into the ring or something? Like he threw somebody back into the ring and they got pinned shortly thereafter.
Yeah, I guess the Apollo Jarrett match. Yeah, and then he didn't give Jarrett what he actually wanted because realistically, Jarrett's not a heel right now. He's chasing.
Jarrett's the heel.
Well, yes.
Jarrett is not a babyface. That guy has gone around destroying.
No. I agree.
Non-wrestlers over the head with a chair, unprotected. I mean, he killed freaking Bill Behrens.
Yeah, but remember, the crowd is cheering him obviously because they're in basically his hometown.
Well, yeah.
And so, to the crowd, he is a babyface.
I mean, I guess, but I don't know.
I agree with you. I mean, it's just what it is. I don't know if you just heard me, but we have nothing new on Shane Douglas as well. So, don't know when he's coming, but we don't know.
Hopefully soon, because he would add some name power to the company.
Yeah. A couple of things that I actually forgot to mention earlier that happen just be in line here. I'm going to skip a couple of it because it's just not needed. But do you remember in the Dup Cup, the blow up doll that they had was named Jai? J-A-I. Apparently, there's a note here, and I didn't get this until I read it, but it's named after Jay Hassman, who they have a lawsuit with. So they named the blow up doll Jay.
I feel like you mentioned that.
Did I mention it already?
I think you did.
Okay, well, then I apologize for saying it again, but I thought that was super interesting.
Yeah, I believe you did.
Yeah. Also, the ticket lady who's in the counter that we've seen a couple times now, who tacked Dups with the broom, is actually a 50s wrestler named Sarah Lee, who's a fixture on the Nashville wrestling scene for as long as anyone can remember. So she's like apparently like an old wrestler.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard that too before.
I thought that was really cool.
The name Sarah Lee definitely sounds familiar.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Apparently they haven't had you know how they have been having Don West do the commentary for the Dup Cup matches?
Yeah, on the house mic, yeah.
Yeah, so Jarrett apparently doesn't want Mike Tenay to do the commentary on those matches because it'll hurt his credibility. They don't want to hurt him. So they're like, no, we will not have Mike Tenay do it. That's why Don West is doing that.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense, and I kind of agree with it.
Yeah, so I thought that was fun.
I mean, I don't think Tenay would want to do it. Oh, here comes Bo Dup with a toilet lid. and he just hit Tio with it. No, you want him calling your big matches. I get that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this isn't a spoiler because it's announced and it seems to be announced. So
it's also been 18 years.
Yeah. So Dustin Diamond, better known as Screech from Saved by the Bell, and the Horseshack Destroyer on Fox's Celebrity Boxing Special was scheduled to debut on 8/21, the show we're about to watch. I don't know if he actually does, but
Screech?
Yep. He might be here. Mm-hmm. God. So sources within the company, this isn't about Screech anymore, by the way. Sources within the company claim that the $17,000 ad bill talked about by Len Sable that wasn't paid for Phase 3 Media out of Atlanta. They claim Jay Hassman agreed to a deal without Jerry Jarrett's authorization for a $17,000 per month advertising campaign, and because of it, they believe he should be responsible. Hassman made a response to the complaint that basically said next to nothing other than that the Jarretts continually lowered their advertising budget to get the word out, and they were fully aware of Sable's negotiating on their behalf. He said he never had a wrestling exclusivity agreement in his contract, so he was free to work with anyone. And then in parentheses, Team Services worked with both WWE and UFC and pay-per-view. Technically, if it's not in his contract, from a lawsuit standpoint, he's on solid ground. If Jarrett didn't know, I can see his side, but whether it holds up in court is another issue, because there is an inherent understanding by everyone in this cutthroat world of wrestling promotion that you can't work both sides of the fence because it's a conflict of interest, not that there aren't walking conflicts of interest in wrestling. So a little bit more on that lawsuit, not a whole lot. And then my final note here, Bob, before I pass it over to you, is apparently back in 2002, they are working on a video game and DVD distribution deal, as there are companies frozen out of that lucrative market because there is no other company.
Wow, I can't imagine it.
Can you imagine
video game in 2002
of TNA? Yeah, and I don't think we get official TNA DVDs till at least 2003, potentially late 2003.
Right. I think you're right about 2003, because as I was doing my written reviews, Don West is like, these brand new DVDs of extreme bloody matches or whatever.
Yeah, so they come out
around like Christmas 03.
Yep, they come out with, I believe, 3 different ones, and we can talk about this eventually too, but there's a best of NWA TNA Championship matches, a best of X Division Championship matches, and the best of the bloodiest brawls.
Right, yep.
And those are the 3 originals, and I, in fact, own the NWA TNA Championship match ones, which is one of my prized TNA DVD pieces, I would say.
Yeah, those are definitely that's definitely late 03.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny too, though, like with the potential video game, considering how many people have shown up in TNA, the roster at this point would be about 150 people.
Well, yeah.
Be like, here's Lenny Lane. He's been here twice, but he's in the video game.
Well, yeah. Like, how do you do that? You can't.
Or would it be like people they have signed, which is like 8 people?
Well, then yeah, it would be an arcade game. Like,
yeah, that's what I would be. That's the only way I could think of it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they get a video game in what, like 7 years, 09 or something like that, 08.
Yeah, and it's pretty damn good, by the way. I don't know if you've played it.
I've never played it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep that in mind, Bob. And once I can see you again in person, I think we got some bonus content that we can post somewhere, because I own it and it's really fun.
Yeah, I've never played the game. I've heard good things, but I've never.
Yeah, I know it's good.
All right, well, let's get. If that's all your notes, let me get into the independent wrestling news of our TNA faithful. There's about four guys did something leading into this show. The first one, he's a regular, I feel like, on these independent news, like almost every episode. Jerry Lynn. He teamed up with a gentleman of the name of Briar Wellington in a losing effort against Johnny Swinger and Stevie Lee on August 16th for MXPW in Michigan. And then the remainder of these notes are all pertaining to USA Pro shows, which those shows tended to be about 4.5 hours long. So that doesn't surprise me that a lot of these guys are on it. Low Key, the current X Division champion, he defeated Crowbar on August 17th for USA Pro in Deer Park, New York. And then on that same show, he teamed with Xavier, who recently passed away, unfortunately. Yeah. Sad news there. He teamed with Xavier to lose the USA Pro Tag titles to Larry McKenney and Stormin Norman. Couldn't tell you who Larry McKenney and Stormin Norman are. I've watched my fair share of USA Pro shows. I've never seen them yet. The Spanish announce team of Joel and Jose Maximo. They lost to McKenney and Norman in a four-way match, which included the Hit Squad and Divine Storm on August 17th. And then on August 19th for USA Pro, they lost to McKenney and Norman. I believe that was for the tag titles as well. And then the last bit of news here is for the Amazing Red. He lost to Xavier in a four-way match that included Brian XL and Kid Cash for the USA Pro Extreme title. And then he lost the USA Pro United States Championship, which he held. He lost that to Chris Candido on August 19th for USA Pro in North Shore, New York. So, that is your independent wrestling for TNA Superstars update.
Nice.
And like I've said before, I'm really looking forward to a couple years later, or even really a year later, because this eventually the independent roundup I feel like is going to be about 3.5 pages long.
Awesome. So I think that's going to be really exciting. Then once we
be on the lookout for that as we continue on. But that means that we have finally, after Dallas's long-winded historian news update, we've made it to the August 21st, 2002 pay-per-view number 10. I know Dallas is ready.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'm ready. I don't know the runtime, but it's probably about an hour 50.
If I had to guess.
Yeah. Dallas, do you have anything else before we start this or no?
No, I'm going to go over our dark matches here right in the intro just to not hold this up any longer. Let's get right into this.
All right. I'll count down from 5. And then when I say play, hit play, watched on Impact Plus. Hopefully they don't edit anything else out. Hopefully Down Here doesn't have another racist t-shirt. Or maybe find it in your collection. And enjoy along with us. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay, so as the intro here is coming on, our classic intro before the explosion, we are obviously in the TNA Asylum now. We officially have that name. I'm hoping we'll get that intro from TNA here in the beginning. We only have 650 people in the crowd this week. It doesn't say any was papered. Last week we had 900, but about, I think half of that was papered. And welcome to NWA-TNA. Okay, so
you're probably wondering why music's playing right now, and that's because I had to make a quick edit to the episode because I fucked up. You guys will hear me discuss that momentarily, but until then, I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode.
Wow.
Actually, Bob.
We're starting with AJ Styles here.
I have a... I'll tell you after.
What? What did you do?
I might have just spoiled next week's show.
You did?
I don't know. I didn't look at the card, but remember we just talked, I believe, off air. Next week is taped.
That is right.
I might need to edit that.
All right. Well, if you have to edit it, you have to edit it.
We'll find out. And if I do, and you hear a blank in the beginning of the show, it's because I edited the dark matches because they were actually taped for next week.
That's all right. Yeah. Let's see here. I feel like I can usually. Oh, you know what? That's I hit that button. Jerry Lynn. I'm surprised. I'm not really surprised we're starting off here. So this is what, episode 10. Okay. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, there's no dark match.
Oh, well, sorry about that. So there'll be a little bit of a blank here in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, it looks like you definitely did mention there's 2 matches there.
Whoops.
Jerry Lynn wasting no time going after AJ Styles here on the floor.
Yeah, so our first match here between AJ and Jerry Lynn is Falls Count Anywhere, I believe, was just mentioned.
Yeah, Don West is super excited that they can go wherever they want. Yeah, 3 matches. Okay, so a 3-match series. They're not really saying best 2 out of 3, so I wonder if that means no matter what, we're seeing 3 matches here.
That's a good point. And yeah, don't forget that last match is an Ironman match. So these guys have just been brawling outside the ring. Lynn clotheslined Styles over the barricade, and now he just brought him down on his throat on the barricade on Lynn's.
I'm kind of getting a vibe here from the crowd that this is like the most interest they've had in a match thus far. They're all going pretty nuts for this action here.
Well, yeah, and we're starting out pretty high here with this match. Obviously, the live crowd is seeing some previously taped matches.
Well, would it be? I wonder if they taped before or after the show.
So the reason I had those matches, those were listed as the first 2 matches. And so after looking briefly at this card, to me, that meant there was we had some dark matches. Of course.
Well, where did you go to look at the card?
Those were from Meltzer's reporting. Is where I got I always get where we get the numbers and the who defeated.
So Meltzer misreported it.
I guess essentially, I did not. Like I said, I don't look ahead, so I didn't know next week was taped, and I especially didn't know next week was taped before and after the show.
Right. Well, Lynn has Styles' crotch on the railing. It looks like he's trying to do something, and he couldn't get his footing, so he just dropped down. And he goes face first into a chair. Fantastic. What are the chances that these guys do not end up in the ring at any point?
I actually would not be surprised if this first match doesn't.
You know what that means?
Then other ones will be in the ring?
No. That means that we probably won't see the trademark leg drop over the middle rope.
Oh, shoot.
For the first time in a Jerry Lynn match in TNA. Because I was really banking on seeing it 3 times tonight.
3 times tonight? Yeah, you wish.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. And realistically, they probably shouldn't be in the ring for this anyway. They should probably just beat the shit out of each other.
And we're up in like the bleachers right now.
Yeah. And when we say bleachers, we mean literal bleachers. They are not. There's not individual seating. There is just blocks of concrete.
Look at the guy in the orange just literally standing there like, nah, you guys aren't coming up higher.
Oh. Did he just toss him off the side?
Yeah, Lynn was going to throw Styles over the railing, and Styles reversed it, tossing Jerry Lynn through under the railing. Styles
the lighting here in the crowd is awful.
Look at that front flip dive out to Jerry Lynn. Yeah, they need to turn house lights on or something. This is bad.
Yeah, this is, I feel like, a trend for TNA for a while. They just have horrible lighting when they compete in like the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It also seems like in recent weeks they've like fallen in love with competing by like the door.
Yeah.
Inside there. Like, there's been a couple times that they've wandered over there.
I'm hoping we get to see the cotton candy machine eventually tonight, but whatever.
Well, is there a Dep Cup match?
I don't know.
Well, maybe probably not, because if Stan went to Japan or whatever. He's the one that usually wrestled in that. Well, I mean, I guess it was handicap matches, technically.
Yeah, that's true. Oh. Styles goes up to the guardrail to jump on Lynn, and Lynn hits his feet, so he falls down on the guardrail. It looked kind of like it felt great.
Yeah, I don't know how you brace yourself for that.
You don't. Lynn with a suplex over the guardrail to the floor. Styles, who is selling it like he's dying.
Oh, good. He's selling like he's Devon Dudley.
Yeah. As Don West said, he's convulsing on the ground.
That's a bit much. Oh, they've made it into the ring. Oh, I was hoping Lynn would stay on the apron because that almost
And just wait a minute.
It almost guarantee the light drop over the middle rope. Show us your Athena. What does that mean? I know the woman that they've been hyping for, but I don't understand that. Oh my God, Styles actually just. Oh, that figures. Oh, stunner. So Styles actually executed the springboard reverse DDT like seamlessly, but then Lynn countered it and ended up hitting a stunner. So it figures the one time that Styles is able to properly do the springboard, he doesn't even hit the move.
Crowd's chanting for Jerry. He's calling for the cradle pile driver.
He's not going to hit it. It's too early.
Oh. How the hell? Okay,
Counter that with a face buster. I can tell that Dallas is greatly affected that he mentioned some spoilers.
I'm a little upset that I did that.
Yeah, I can tell. That's not a big deal. It's been 18 years, buddy.
That's okay. I'm going to censor it out of the beginning. No one's even going to know except the fact that we mentioned it.
Right. No one's going to know that Jeff Jarrett won the world title next week against Ron Killings.
No, we didn't know.
Oh, that's not the spoiler, right?
Well, the good part is the matches I did mention, even if I forget to edit it or I can't for whatever reason, actually are not important at all. So
they're really not. There's like no storyline.
I'm hoping I can just edit it out, mute it, and it's going to sound fine. But if I can't and I leave them in, you guys aren't spoiled by anything anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's 2 random matches that don't have substance to it anyway.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, though. Well, one of them.
One of them, for sure, yeah.
As expected, this match is definitely more of like a brawl, which it should be.
Well, it fits the stipulation.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, they just both fell to the floor there. Countering a power bomb there. Styles going for cover. Kicks out. So, do you believe that if there's a stipulation of a false count anywhere, that the fall has to take place outside the ring?
I don't think it has to, but I feel like it should.
It would defeat the purpose of the stipulation not to do it, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it would. But at the same time, if it can happen anywhere, I guess it could happen in the ring.
Yeah.
But I agree. Do I think that this match is going to end outside the ring? I don't know. I'd be pretty surprised, to be honest.
I think it will.
I hope so. I don't know. After seeing these guys fight outside in a parking lot, Jerry Lynn cradle pile driving him onto a box and stuff, all that crazy stuff, I want it to end somewhere crazy like that.
Yeah, and he attacked him at a store.
Oh,
spear.
Styles was going for a discus clothesline, it looked like, and Jerry Lynn gave him a real solid spear. They're up fighting on the stage right now. The cage dancers are watching in amazement. Cannot believe what's happening because Jerry Lynn looks so handsome for being over 30.
Jesus. They're looking at him like there's no way he could compete in the WWE Cruiserweight division. He's too old.
I'm digging those purple pants, by the way.
I like the gear as well. I was going to make mention of that.
Jerry Lynn sort of... I feel like it was supposed to look more like a bulldog, but he kind of just jumped off the stage with him and slammed his face into a box.
Yeah, like by the dancer cage there.
Talk about budget cuts. I'd cut those dancers real quick.
Oh my God, yeah.
To be fair, though, they're probably making $10. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, how much would they be making? I mean, they're there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So...
Little Styles calling for the Styles Clash up on the stage. Nope. Up and over.
They're loving the ramp here.
That's okay. You know what? Because especially in the small building, everyone can still see this wicked good.
Yep.
I'm for it. I like it. Lynn didn't call for the cradle, but just a pile. Oh, he's locking it in. Boom.
Oh, that's got to be it.
Gotta be. Hell yeah.
There you go.
Jerry Lynn with the win. First win.
See, now that's a good start to the show. I like that instead of a 12-minute promo by fucking Jeff Jarrett.
Instead, we got about a 12-minute match. Well, a little less, of course, but
Yeah, about
we are
9
just
minutes.
over the 12-minute mark.
He still has Styles' original theme music. Born in the USA.
Oh, NWA 01, August 22nd through the 25th in where?
Japan.
Oh, Japan. Okay. Hey, NWA Wildside at the Wildside Arena in Cornelia, Georgia. NWA East, Friday, August 23rd, Community Center in Connellsville.
Yeah, they really put some tough words on that
Just
one.
go to NWAWrestling.com if you want to more about the NWA tour dates in 2002. Here we got Goldilocks backstage with Chris Harris and James Storm. Chris Harris is smoking a cigarette inside, and James Storm still looks like an idiot.
He is. What is he doing? Is
Oh
no.
Oh no.
Oh fuck.
So they just Harris and Storm are fighting Ron Harris and
no.
primetime Brian Lee.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh fuck.
Harris is saying, "Hey, for
Still.
one night, can we do that without the John Wayne crap just once?" And he says, "Nope." Is he smoking a cigarette? I do not understand. Oh. He's blaming the fact that they haven't been on TNA on his ridiculous gimmick. Listen, I don't like the Harris brothers, but if you got both of them, why aren't you just making them a tag team?
Right. I mean, so Ron here. Oh, speaking of Ron Harris and Brian Lee, here they are.
Oh, God. What size? Do you know what it's like to have a size 16 boot wedged in the crack of your ass? Brian Lee says.
This is a reunion of the DOA.
Oh, I thought that. I wasn't sure, so I didn't want to say it, but
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. Oh.
You can't say Buckaroo because you're not a cowboy.
Yeah, James Harris. You better not make a partner with another Harris.
Did you just say James Harris?
Oh, did he say James Harris?
You did.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you just mixed James Storm and Chris
I was
Harris.
looking at James Storm. Right, Chris Harris. Yeah, Chris Harris. Anyway, they're all there.
Oh, is that Lollipop? Is that the debut of Lollipop right there?
Could have been.
That's her trademark sucking on a blow pop.
Okay, Ron Harris and Brian Lee coming out. Can't wait for this. Hey, at least
What
Ron
is
Harris.
with Brian Lee's hair? Did he get like a fucking wig or something?
Just want to point out that Ron Harris has the same lightning bolt tattoo as his brother right there.
Oh boy.
He's got it sort of like gimmicked up with some like more tribal stuff, but he's got it. Look at this dude. He's got the biggest forehead I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, what is up with that? Receding hairline I've ever seen one. The fake Undertaker, ladies and gentlemen. He's here at the fairgrounds in front of 650 fans.
What else has he done? Nothing?
Not really anything of note, no.
Oh, I did not know he's really related to the Undertaker. He's his cousin.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. How do you think he got the job?
Oh, I don't know, I guess. Wait, so he... Okay, yeah, so, okay. That's the fake Undertaker you played. Got it. That's what I thought. Had to confirm.
SummerSlam 94, the main event. Check it out. It's well worth your time.
James Storm shooting off his guns.
You know, Chris Harris is really the douchebag here wearing sunglasses inside.
I don't know why they're keeping Brian Lee's nickname Primetime when you have Primetime Elix Skipper.
Dude, that's the next feud.
Get ready.
Primetime Elix Skipper. No, I'm Primetime Brian Lee.
He was also a hired bodyguard for Raven in '96.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yep. And I believe he was also part of the Triple Threat with
wow.
Shane Douglas and Chris Candido. Briefly in '97. And then, of course, he had a successful Smoky Mountain run.
Yep, I've seen that.
I preferred his heel run with Tammy and Candido.
And then he's
It
going to
is
do
a-
some interesting stuff here in TNA in a bit.
Well, hopefully.
Look,
I don't know how long he lasts here. He looks so old.
I know.
Like, shockingly old.
Well, he retired from professional wrestling in 2014, it appears.
Wow, he wrestled that late.
Guess so.
I mean, he looks to be in fantastic condition.
Yeah, I mean, I can't knock him for that. But
Like, I'm talking about like, the best shape of his career. He's looking pretty good. But he's also looking really old. And if Dave Meltzer's taught me anything, if you're old, like over the age of 30, it's going to be tough for you to really do anything. Like, if you're 32, you're done.
Yeah, I'm sorry, though. On a real note about younger guys and older guys here, they need to put Harris and Storm over in this match.
Oh, my God. If they lose to these guys.
Harris up on the top with a double axe handle on a Ron Harris, who's actually wearing real gear, unlike Don. I'll give him that.
Right. He still loses points for that tattoo that he has.
Absolutely. I hate the Harris brothers. I don't care which one you are.
Well, so here's my question. If the tattoo was noticeable on his arm, is this edited off Impact Plus?
I'm going to say probably not, because it's not as blatant as the t-shirt.
That's what I'm thinking too.
And now, if I didn't know that the other brother had the tattoo after a previous conversation we had, exactly. The shirt was bad.
Yeah.
Bad enough to edit an entire match off, and I had to Photoshop our social graphics from this previous week.
What do you mean you had to Photoshop it?
If you go back on our timeline, I Photoshopped the logo off of his shirt.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't posting that on our page.
Okay. I didn't know. Well, I thought maybe you would keep it on there and just be like, this doesn't end well or something.
Nope, I did not want it on our page, so I Photoshopped it out.
I respect that.
And I mentioned in the first post there'd be limited posting about the match, and to hear, obviously, us talk about it, because the match you can't find anywhere.
Right.
Okay, so not a whole lot's happening in this. Ron is tagged in with, help me here, Harris.
Chris Harris.
Yeah. Punching him in the corner. Super exciting stuff.
Scott Armstrong telling him to open up the fist. And then Ron was probably like, look at my tattoo. Don't tell me what to do. Oh, Harris firing away here with left hands. Oh, Brian Lee knocked off the apron. And a backdrop to the floor. So this is Brian Lee's debut. I don't know. See, I'm worried that he doesn't lose his debut.
Me too. But once again,
and then the backstage segment there where Harris was like, I'm telling you, Storm, you gotta knock it off. Makes me feel like there's gonna be a miscommunication or something, and then they're gonna lose.
Yeah, that's a good point. And that's making me a little nervous.
Yeah, head scissors by Harris onto Ron. See, now that can be confusing. Chris Harris and Ron Harris. Too many Harrises. Oh, God. Brian Lee, tombstone pile driver on Chris Harris. That should do it. He almost did like a spinning one. Like That's Incredible by like Just Incredible does. Wow. Speaking, you mentioned like releases from like WWE or whatever, like how they can't like really raid.
Yeah.
Just releases. So I'm curious because usually there was like a spring. Well, I mean, I guess you mentioned some of like the like OVW, HWA guys.
We did talk about those previously. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really interested to see like eventually, because I feel like they usually do another one like in the fall. Like who they get rid of and how quickly TNA is like, okay, we'll take Johnny Stamboli, for instance. Something like that. Or Chuck Palumbo, welcome to TNA.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting. That's a good point. And I think once we get past our few clip shows, Maybe we'll see some new faces pop up right away. Who knows?
Yeah. Could be like a reboot. We'll have all these new tournaments to crown champions again.
No.
It's been 3 months, so here's another tournament.
Although
Technically,
remember,
the tag titles are held up,
yep, I was just gonna say.
so we don't have champions for that. I mean, I can't say this has been overly bad. It's been all right.
No, I feel like they do keep doing a lot of standing around though. Like I feel like there's not a whole lot of action, but that's okay.
It's been super average, I'd say.
Yeah. Headlock, our favorite move. Resting headlock. He's telling him, he's like, "Hey, brother, we gotta go home in a minute."
Dude, I'm so tired. When I was wrestling as fake Undertaker, I barely had to move around. I was walking like a zombie.
I don't know, dude. Brian Lee's forehead keeps getting me. I keep looking at it.
Well, I can't help that his hair just looks like it's like thinning, like a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. He looks like He looks like one of those guys you'd see on the infomercial where he's like selling you exercise equipment. He's like a super old guy. Like, yeah, just get on this treadmill or the Peloton.
Yeah,
lose a bunch of weight. Meanwhile, Ron Harris looks like he's a racist.
Yeah, I mean, when you have the Nazi tattoos.
Yeah, it usually doesn't work well.
Interesting that they both have the same tattoo, by the way.
Well, they probably got it at the same time.
Bet they did.
And you know what? They probably did it because they're like twins, and if you want to tell them apart, you can just be, oh, well, one of them doesn't have the tattoo, so you gotta live the gimmick and make sure that no one can tell you apart. Just like the Maximo Bros. Although Dave had noted that one of them wears elbow pads, the other one doesn't. Ron with the Hogan big boot. I wonder if Brian Lee will do the Ultimate Warrior big split. Oh no, he's doing the Rick Rude get the sweat off my chest and put it on the guy. He's going to try to pin him off of that big boot with one arm. That's stupid. Beats him out in the corner. Harris boots him in the corner. And a bulldog. Second one we've seen tonight. First one by Jerry Lynn. That was off the stage, you know.
Oh, yeah.
This feels like it's been going on forever.
Yeah, it really has. And I think since I really don't like one of the teams, I think it's just that's what's kind of killing me right now, to be honest.
Well, we don't like one of the teams and we think they're going to win.
Yeah, so it's kind of killing me.
Oh. Brian Lee with a weird bump off a backdrop. He just got dumped to the floor with a double clothesline. What is that guy doing? Oh. That's gotta be a plant.
Well, yeah.
Brian Lee's beating up a fan who was like, he's feeding him on the ground. He was like patting him on the shoulder, and Brian Lee just flipped him over the railing. It's not beating the shit out of him. There is no security.
Oh.
Ron was just yelling at him. He just got dropped over the top rope, and Storm got the roll up for the win.
Yes. Whew, that was close.
That's a pleasant surprise. Why is there no one helping the innocent fan?
Yeah, where's Don Harris, head of security?
Where's anybody? Where's freaking Don Harris leads the black shirt security guys.
Uh-oh.
Well, they're pissed off, so they're going to beat up Harris and Storm. Is Don Harris going to... Oh, here comes the H-bomb. Boom.
They're destroying
You know what?
them.
You know what this is going to lead to? I'm calling it right now.
What?
I'm calling this shit right now. This is going to lead to a Ron Harris versus Don Harris feud.
Oh.
Don's going to be like, brother, come on.
Oh, no.
You can't be with a guy like Brian Lee. And then Ron's going to be like, yeah, you're right. And then he's going to turn on Don and be like, no, Brian Lee's my brother now.
Brian Lee is like, bro, look at my forehead. Just look at it. And now Jeremy Borash is checking on the fan who's doing like the weird handshake because he's hurt so bad.
Yeah, like the nerves. All right.
Hello, once again.
These guys are talking. I'm gonna go get myself some peanuts because I am a hungry motherfucker. So
Okay.
hopefully I don't miss anything too much from them talking.
You won't. We'll take a listen here. We got Mike Tenay and Don West talking ringside about the World Heavyweight Champion, Ron Killings. And he's walking in to face the alpha male Monty Brown tonight, as we know. I think a match that I think we're all looking forward to. Don West selling the shit out of this match. He better not lose his voice this early, or we're going to be in trouble.
I heard you say that you're going to be in trouble. What happened?
Well, Don West is losing it already, so I don't want him to lose his voice this early in the show.
Oh, that's a given.
Yeah, and now we know here that Lynn and Styles square off once again in a no disqualification match, and then possibly an Ironman match. And then, oh yeah, Bob, I forgot. We have a surprise for Jeff Jarrett tonight.
There's so much shit we forget or don't realize.
I actually don't know what the surprise is in my research or anything, so I'm pretty excited.
Oh, okay.
Sonny Siaki versus Jimmy Yang, I believe, right, is next?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, here comes Sonny Siaki.
In a singles match that Borash made sure to point out.
Well, if Sonny Siaki doesn't win... Oh, fan holding up Yang time sign that I'm surprised he didn't just rip. Oh.
Sonny, show me your Siaki. Jesus Christ. Thirsty women, I tell ya.
And look, they don't even stop the music. They just keep the
don't.
music going. And Jorge Estrada is accompanying Jimmy Yang ringside here.
Here's my prediction. So after those...
Oh.
My microphone. What happened? Oh,
holy
shit. I'm thinking after the 2 weeks there of highlight shows or whatever, I think Sonny Siaki's not with Elvis's.
No way. He can't be. What?
Oh, it is? Okay, so it is 2 out of 3 falls.
Okay. Yeah, so Sonny Siaki ran up to attack Jimmy Yang right in the beginning. He ducked the clothesline, and Jimmy Yang gave him a nasty kick.
Oh, now he's dancing with one of the girls.
Oh, look at him walking on the guardrail. It's like Elix Skipper walking the cage.
Or Jeff Hardy.
Or Jeff Hardy.
I just lost a peanut.
Great. Whipping Sonny Siaki into the guardrail. Estrada's like, throw him that way.
I just have no interest in this match.
I feel like it's another thing of like, I feel like we could have built better to this.
I think for me, it's just the gimmick.
I don't really get the gimmick. Like, why are they Elvises? They just like him?
I guess. Like, oh, hey, we're Nashville. You have to do an Elvis thing.
Well, you know who else we haven't seen in a while, speaking of gimmicks, Bob, is we haven't seen the Johnsons.
Oh, my God. Yeah, they're probably done.
They gotta be.
Because I know... Wow, when was that? I know they eventually... You know what? Maybe I should just look it up. I know that they do sign with WWE.
Oh.
But I don't think they're on TV until like 05 with Simon Dean.
That's a good point, and I'll be honest, I forgot to mention that to you, that I didn't even realize that's who they were.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's exactly who they are. Mike and Todd Shane, for those that were wondering.
Yep.
They disbanded their team in 2007. Interesting.
Jimmy Yang with a missile dropkick to Sonny Siaki gets a 2 count. Headlock. Awesome. Wow. Crowd's chanting TNA because of the fast action, and we put him in a headlock. Good call.
So they signed in January 2005 with WWE, and it looks like...
Oh. Spit it out, Tenay. Whoa. Did you hear that, Bob? They just said that Jimmy Yang will be wrestling on the same card in All Japan as Bill Goldberg next week.
Well, they just wanted to drop the Goldberg line.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's kind of cool. His return to pro wrestling, apparently, at the time.
2002, August 2002.
Apparently,
They said next week.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, he said he's going on tour in Japan again next week. But Jimmy Yang to the top rope. Look at that. Yang time. Oh. Fall number 1, Jimmy Yang. After you hit Yang time.
Wow.
Which is beautiful.
It was a good move. I'm a bit surprised he pinned Siaki.
Siaki's got to get the next 2. Come on.
I would imagine. I would just have him win both falls.
Yang about to put in like a headlock over the ropes. Oh. Oh.
Oh. So that's funny. We have a best of 2 out of 3, and then essentially another best 2 out of 3 with Styles and Lynn.
Yeah, I'm a little. I don't understand that, but
just diminishes it. Diminishes the stipulation for your bigger match. But TNA's had a trend of that, with Lockdown having 17 cage matches on the same show.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm a sucker for and I like, but
so apparently, I just wanted to look up the Goldberg stuff quick since it was mentioned.
yeah.
In August 2002, he returned to the ring in Japan. He initially joined All Japan Pro Wrestling, defeating Satoshi Kojima and Taiyo Kia.
Okay.
He went on to defeat Rick Steiner in a match at the W1 promotion and teamed with Kenji Muto, aka the Great Muta, to defeat Chronic. His success in Japan led to the WWF.
You fucking beat Chronic in 2002?
I guess so, man. In Japan at that.
Right.
And then apparently how successful he was in Japan is why WWE signed him, which I guarantee you is not accurate.
Absolutely not. That has nothing to do with that being signed. They signed him because they need a fucking star, and he's one of them.
Yeah, and he didn't come back to WWE until March 2003.
Right. That's funny. Wow. Rick Steiner, too.
Yep. Saki with some slaps. Irish whip to Jimmy Yang. Ducks to clothesline. He slaps him instead. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, we know the gimmick. Oh. Pump handle slam?
Oh, no. Here we go.
Oh, Jimmy Yang, you motherfucker.
Yeah, that was weird. That was like... It was like delayed in midair.
I don't even know what... Yeah, that was weird. If I was Sonny Siaki, I'd kick his ass for that one. Get a 3 for that.
Sell right for Sonny Siaki. Estrada's like an emotional wreck here, but he's clearly aligned with Yang, right?
Yeah, 100%. Although, who knows? We could see a turn at any time.
Jeez, yeah.
Although Estrada's the one who's like all in this team. I mean...
Yeah. This is all he has. He has nothing else going for himself.
This he's doing the Stacy Keibler leg choke.
Sonny Siaki does not have Stacy Keibler legs, by the way.
Well, I can't tell in that outfit, but who knows?
I'm surprised you went with the Keibler. I would have gone with the Nash.
I mean, I don't... yours is probably a better outfit, but I don't know why, dude. I think of Stacy Keibler when I see that.
That's funny.
Oh, look, another headlock. Oh, just kidding. Okay, good. Thank God.
The referee is probably like, dude, there's been too many headlocks on this show. Just switch it up.
I think the crowd is sort of chanting Jimmy, but I can't really tell.
It's like some of them are saying Jimmy and the other are saying like Yang. It's weird.
Yeah. And Tanae's like, yeah, they're behind Jimmy Yang. It's like, okay, sure they are. Siaki with a stiff forearm, it looked like. A clubbing blow.
Tanae was just like that too, yeah.
Come on. Fall number 2, let's go.
This is another one that feels like it's taking forever.
I don't hate this though, but like, come on. Into the corner. Oh, boot up to Siaki, yank to the second rope, and
Wow.
spinning leg kick. Referee Rudy Charles is like, "What, are you okay? You just jumped off the top rope. Are you fine?"
I'm all right, man. I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna win this match 2-0. No, he's not. Oh,
Oh, what's
What are you
this?
doing?
What's this? Oh, he blocks him. Oh,
what the fuck?
a snap neck breaker.
Wow.
Oh, that was good.
Siaki just did a simple counter and drilled him with a swinging neck breaker.
That was awesome. And like the way I like how Yang like pretended like he was about to kick out and his leg just falls over because he just can't.
Yeah.
That was nice. So we're 1-1. The money clip.
All right. That's a good name.
I like that.
Oh boy. What's he doing? Over the shoulder. Oh, drops to his knee. A little backbreaker. That was not a shoulder breaker, TNA. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. We got Irish whip, reversal, and what in the world?
What was that? Yang just like rolled through, but awkwardly fell down for it. Now he has a single leg Boston Crab on Siaki.
There's no way.
Rudy Thomas was like motivating Siaki to tap. He's like, just do it, dude. I'll show you how you do it.
If Siaki just tapped to a single leg Boston Crab.
No, never gonna happen.
I hope not. Focusing on that leg though. He's like twisting it. He's like, freaking tap out. I'm gonna break your knee. Siaki's like, I don't know if I can continue. I'm next to the rope, but ref's like, hey, you probably should pull him away. Ooh, kind of like help me here, Bob. Like a dragon screw kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know if he did the full rotation.
No, he didn't, but I was forgetting the name for a second. He's got it locked in. Siaki's like, shit, dude, my leg hurts so bad right now. I'm just going to lay here with my arms up.
My shoulders are down, ref. What do you... Not even counting.
I feel like... Okay, to the rope. Oh, ref breaks it. Right place, right time, baby. Boom. Siaki with a stiff clothesline, but Gang did not fall. He bounced over to the rope. The middle corner, I mean. Siaki puts him up to the top rope. He's going to like... Okay, so Sonny Siaki's going to climb up, I bet. He'll get it down. He'll hit Yang time.
You think Yang's going to win this? 2-1?
I don't know, man. I hope
No
not,
way.
but here we are.
Superplex,
nope.
looks like.
Yep. Oh, but Yang is just super powered. He's like sort of to his feet.
No, see, that annoys the shit out of me.
He's selling it at least. Ooh.
No, you don't do that
Yeah,
with Jimmy Yang. Then he hits a Shining Wizard. Come on, man. Sell the move.
I've seen worse, though. We could go on for days. Like, there's certain things I don't mind, and then there's some things that I really, really hate.
I mean, it would work. It works for a character that has, like, oh, man, you can't keep me down. Jimmy Yang doesn't have that. Like, oh,
yeah.
You got to hit me with your best shit. I mean, he should have been able to sell that. What was that? Countering a hip toss with like a spin and then a couple of clotheslines here by Yang.
Well, I feel like, Bob, recently on TV, I've seen someone get super kicked and then not fall down and then super kick the person who super kicked them and then they both fell. Like, no, that don't work for me.
Where did that happen?
I'm pretty sure it was MJF or someone, and I can't remember exactly who, but I really, really hated it.
Huh.
I might have been wrong about the super kick part, but it was something like that where he like didn't fall or he popped back up and then did the same move or something similar, and then they both fell. I hated it.
Yeah, wrestling is weird these days. They make it more difficult where you have to do just ridiculous spots to even justify your guy to sell for it.
I mean, Siaki kind of reversed, power bombed him into the turnbuckle. He like flung him back. Getting crouches. Siaki, who was climbing to the top.
Excuse me.
Bob's choking on his Diet Coke.
My headphones fell out as I coughed. Hopefully I didn't cough into the microphone. That's one of my pet peeves with podcasts, when people cough right into the microphone.
Well, they're going to love you in this episode then, Bob. Here we go. Jimmy Yang with a...
Did I do that? Did I cough right into the microphone?
Yeah, you were choking on your Coke.
Oh. Sorry. I apologize. I'm tangled up. My fucking wire here. From this exciting match between two fake Elvises.
Well, if Jimmy Yang just pinned him right there, could have got it.
And it wasn't a Coke. It was a Coke Zero. Okay, I don't believe in sugar.
Yeah, okay. Here we go.
What was that supposed to be?
Block. Oh.
Oh, I thought he got it. On the inside cradle. I thought he won. That was a good near fall.
That was really good. Estrada's flipping, and now Jimmy Yang and... Oh! Hey!
Well, he definitely kicked out.
Yeah, he did. So he reversed like a pinfall, and Sonny Siaki held the second rope as the ref had his back to him, and he got a pin.
There's many things that were wrong with that finish. Number one, Charles saw him touching the rope. Oh, fuck. Here's Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett is coming out. Jeff Jarrett is coming out in a purple tight ass like Under Armour shirt.
Creatures of the night.
Look at Tanae, I'm talking to you. Cut the damn music. Look at the fingers.
He always does that.
No one's gonna stop Jeff Jarrett tonight, especially you, Tanae. Tanae always looks at him like, "Who do you think you're talking to?"
I think it's hilarious that there's like a secondary feud of Jarrett and Tanae. Brian Lawler just came out of nowhere. I know what you did. He's beating the shit out of him again.
All right, Bob, I just want to point out we are fighting on the announce table. My bet still stands. I will buy you lunch if this announce table breaks.
I'm hopeful that within the next 18 years I can get lunch out of you.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, man. I don't know. And I would love someone to tell me a show where it happens, but off the top of my head, I don't think the announce table ever breaks.
Well, now that you mention it, I mean, you've mentioned it a couple times. I don't think it ever has.
I don't think it does. TNA never does that. Okay, these two are trying to get pulled apart, but, head of security, Don Harris, our resident Nazi, is not here to pull anyone apart.
A resident Nazi. I love it.
You know who I miss right now? Jackie Fargo.
Oh my God.
Damn you, Jackie Fargo. Hey, Goldilocks is in the ring. She's trying to get the scoop.
Oh shit. Is this the first time she's been in the ring?
Yes. He's breathing so hard her hair's flapping. Look at...
He's blowing right her face.
He's trying to make her break. Tell me he's not.
He has to be.
Look at his face. Tell us what's going on, Brian.
I had to turn it upside. I need to know what he did.
Get out of the ring. Holy. Goldilocks booking it because she was told to. There's a sign in the crowd that says, "I want Goldie." Well, you had her. Now she's gone. Oh, he's about to tell the world. Tanae's yelling. Uh-oh.
Oh, come on, Slash.
Slash of the new church.
What the fuck?
And here's a ref, and what?
What?
Oh, apparently this
Slash
was a scheduled
under the
match.
ring?
Hits him with the friggin' Eye of the Hurricane. I don't know what to call it. I was hoping he was going to pin him with his jacket on and win.
That was his finishing move. He's not even pinning him.
Okay, so apparently also Slash is under the ring, Mike Tenay said.
Yeah. Why? Did he know that Brian Lawler was... See, that makes no sense. Did he know that Brian Lawler was going to attack Jeff Jarrett and he was just under the ring waiting?
This is so weird. Wait. there's problems with the disciples of the new church because James Mitchell is not happy about what happened last week. So he's stirring things up as we speak. That's interesting. Is that why Slash is out here alone?
Yeah, maybe. What was he upset about?
Malice
losing the last man standing match?
He was choking Brian Lawler with a cable ringside. Brian Lawler still has his necklace on, which I'm sure will hit him in the face at some point.
Well, these guys both have necklaces on.
Does Slash too? I didn't even notice. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's got a chain.
Yeah, but his
pulled
doesn't
up
have. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh. Slash gets backdropped onto the concrete. Why is Slash and Brian Lawler have a match tonight?
I don't know, man. But this show has had a lot of like USWA guys on it already. Brian Lee, Ron Harris is technically a USWA. Brian Lawler, now Slash, who was previously in PG-13.
Maybe we need to start watching USWA.
No, I'd rather not.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't.
Not with you, at least, because you'd be a buzzkill about it.
Oh, good God.
You would.
Oh, Lawler flipping off the crowd. And he goes off the ropes and clothesline Slash over the top. So they literally throws him in the ring, and now we're back to the outside.
Just to clothesline him back over the top.
Because why not?
Yeah.
What's that sign say? www.something.com.
Some website. Don't give him free publicity, brother.
It's probably not in the business anymore anyways. Oh, Lawler just ripped the chain off his Slash, maybe accidentally, but he had it in his hand. Oh yeah, baby. Bulldog on the ramp.
Another Bulldog. What is with the Bulldogs tonight?
Well, Lawler has a limited moveset, and you can't tell me otherwise.
Well, that's true. His moveset is basically punching a Bulldog, laughing hysterically, and a top rope leg drop.
Yeah. Wait a second.
It's the same woman. This is staged.
Dude, that is awesome.
Oh, he just spit at her. There's no way that was not set up.
That one had to be set up this week. Come on.
Had to.
That was funny, though. That he purposely went right over to the same.
That's staged.
That's awesome. Slash on the second rope. Lawler's on the corner here. And Slash up to the top. Made a sky-high superplex.
The hell? I feel this doesn't feel safe. Okay.
Nope, it did not feel safe, but he hit it.
Now, if he was Jimmy Yang, he would just pop right up and do a Shining Wizard.
1, 2. Kick out at 2. And we are officially 50 minutes in to the show. 1 hour left, Bob.
Well, it feels like I've been watching this for 3 hours.
See, I'm feeling, even though some of them are feeling long, it's like not been awful. Like I feel like it went by fairly quick. And he calls that the slash and burn. I'm getting good at this.
1, 2.
Okay, so he just kicked out of one of his finishers, I believe.
Well, this guy's hit 2 of them. He hit the neck breaker. He didn't even go for the cover. And then slash and burn, he gets a 2 count.
Oh,
float over DDT.
Floater. Yeah,
that was a good sell by Slash.
Yeah, it was. That was really nice. Give him the title, world title shot, Slash and Round the Truth Killings.
Yeah, well, you know what? That probably does happen.
Oh, he's losing focus. Is he gonna have to tell it? Oh, he's dancing. Look at.
He's a heel.
Yeah, but he had a cocky face when he did it. We'll catch his foot, Insiguri.
Oh, that's right. That looks like it's set up a leg drop.
Oh yeah, look how perfect he landed.
Conveniently, right by the corner.
Oh yeah. Oh, see, that was perfect setup, and now he's up. Oh, slash. He goes to cutthroat. Oh, low blow. Ref's not in position to see that, though. I don't know how, but...
He was looking right at him. That's right there.
Okay. So Slash just low blowed Lawler. We got lax rules here, guys. Listen, bro. It's lax rules. Let him have the match of fight, bro. Here we go. Up to the top.
Oh, boy.
Again. And he punches. Okay, Slash lands perfect position. The hip hop drop. Here we go. Is he gonna hit it? Bam.
Got it. That's got to be it.
Oh, he calls it the Tennessee Jam these days.
Wow. Okay, so is Brian Lawler a babyface now?
Well, yeah.
Because I know Slash is a heel.
Well, because we want to know what. Oh yeah, see, he says it used to be the Hip Hop Job. Now it's the Tennessee Jam, which does not sound like more of a heel move. I don't know.
No, it does not.
Something's going on in the back. Do we got a camera? It's Jeff Jarrett and Bob Armstrong with no mic, so we can't hear what they're saying.
Of course
They're
not.
just yelling at each other. Oh, he's got a surprise, and he's here, and he's going to go loose on you. Now, mind you, Bob, this is the only backstage area we've ever seen, so he's definitely in the shot somewhere. Okay, now Jeff Jarrett stormed off, and we're moving on to our NWA X Division Championship match.
See, now I'm not looking forward to this one either.
Yeah, but you know what? I think it's going to be good. Oh, ew, God. Look at these outfits from the Spanish announce team.
Wow.
I would have given Amazing Red his own entrance for this match, but whatever.
I agree. Joel looks like he's gained another 10 pounds, by the way. Just going to throw that out there.
Maybe he did. Elix Skipper can lose like 10 in a week. Yeah, then he can gain 10.
Yeah.
Hey, those guys, those two shirts. If anyone has those two shirts right there in the front row, the colored TNA logo shirt and the first ever black and white one, like the one this woman is wearing here, send us a DM. Hey, here comes Loki.
Do me a favor, guys. Don't, because Dallas found one on eBay. He just doesn't want to spend $75 on it.
Oh, no, it was way more than $75. And I would rather buy one if it's a size medium from one of our fans.
Well, why don't you just grow?
Well, I stopped growing a long time ago, Bob.
Well,
how do you feel about Loki's song? Because it was kind of weird, and it's over.
I feel like it's very generic.
Yeah, well, welcome to TNA. So, here we go. It doesn't look like it's the same like Lucha rules as it was last week. All four guys are in the ring right now.
Yeah, wait a minute. So
Joel and Jose were looking at each other like they were actually going to fight each other, which is obviously was not about to happen in the beginning of the match.
That's why I was really confused.
Teaming up, it seems like all three of the SATs are helping each other out a little. But Loki just basically took them all out, so he's making them all look like jabronis.
This is so stupid. That's why I don't like this shit. It'd be different if it was like three guys that weren't partners, but these guys are all partners, and they're looking like idiots.
Look at the shock 'em like effect from Loki with these kicks. As Mike Tenay says. And everyone's chanting Loki. It doesn't matter if you like any of these people. What the hell?
Okay, so he mistimed that springboard.
Yeah. So, yeah, Amazing Red went in for a springboard drop kick, and he missed, and so he landed at his feet, and then stood up and kicked Loki. Yeah, off the rope.
Oh, wait. Oh, shit, they're actually beating each other up.
Hey, Bob, this is Jose, right?
No. Joel's the fat one.
Joel. Okay, so Joel. Well, now Loki's tagged in with Amazing Red.
Yeah, where's Jose? He's got the elbow pads.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll never remember, but here we are.
I will now that Dave Meltzer told me.
No, Mike
Sarah
Tenay,
just woke up from her nap. Hi, Sarah.
Hello.
Oh, she's giving me a death glare.
Oh, boy. I would, too.
That's not my fault. I didn't do nothing.
Boom. Weird little chops from Loki. This is just great. Hey, now we have Lucha rules again, though, because now people are outside the ring. Oh, Key
boy.
Crusher 99? Key Crusher 99? Is he going to hit it?
No
Is he
way.
going to hit it? Nope. Amazing Red slips out, pushes him in the corner. Red kind of walks up his back, sort of, and kicks him in the head.
This is elimination, right?
Yes, I believe.
Okay, so Red will not be the first one eliminated.
Okay, tagged in someone. Jose.
That's Joel. That's Jose, yeah.
And Jose and Loki. Oh, reversal Irish whip into the corner. Loki runs, boot to the face. Jose yelling. Goes for a tornado DDT.
Jeez.
Yes, interesting contrast is we're all X Division stars that do really cool moves Very interesting.
Oh, tornado DDT out of the corner.
I think that the SATs need to just drop Red, go for the tag belts. Who cares?
Well, they could because the titles are vacant.
Yeah. When do you think we're gonna get new tag champs? Not this week. Maybe next.
I'm gonna say they're gonna go until the return. I don't think we're gonna get them this week or next week.
Oh, that's a good point, actually, Bob. Yeah, okay. Hey, that would make me want to be like, okay, I'm interested to see who might win the new belt or the new belts, the belts.
Yeah.
Springboard and Hurricane Rana, sort of.
More like a head scissors, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Thank you, Don West. Nobody can use their feet like low key. That is so true.
Don West really provides some great insight.
Oh. I love that like rolling kick. Oh, here we go. Cartwheel, boom.
Oh, on both of them.
Both. Yeah. The cartwheel kick.
I could sense my air conditioning was about to crap out on me, so I had to turn it off real quick.
Nice.
Standing shooting star by Red.
Doesn't he? Yeah, the Red Star Press. I knew he had a name for it.
Yeah, well, any move he does, you just put Red in front of it.
Red slaps. Red Irish whip into the corner.
That's right.
All I'm saying is if this was a Dup Cup, no one's got points yet. So let's go. What the hell camera cut was that?
I'm thinking that since Tio won, that maybe it's not even going to be a thing anymore.
That'd be something.
I mean,
okay. Wow, this is going wicked slow. Why are they taking? Oh, because he had to. Okay. Okay. So someone has. Is it Joel? Joel had low key on the top rope. Jose jumped on top of him with a foot stomp. He held him. Amazing Red did the foot stomp, jumped over to whatever other twin it was, and then did like a Hurricane Rana. It was nice.
And like a head scissors.
Head scissors, whatever, same thing. And
what the hell was that?
I don't know. That was interesting.
So Red was standing on Joel's shoulders, and then Loki did a springboard kick to knock off Red. That was weird.
Crowd's into this.
Of course, yeah. I don't know. I think I just need more depth to stuff. This is just 4 dudes wrestling, but there's no real reason to it.
Wheelbarrow neck breaker.
No, that was fucked up.
Yeah, well. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Bob. Because, like, if they didn't just do a similar match next week, maybe I wouldn't be so critical.
Right. So, like, I'm trying to think of another 3-man group that they could do. It's like Loki's is going to fight them next week, too. You know? I don't know. I don't like it.
Brian Lee and the Harris brothers.
Oh, Lord. Could you imagine that? Don Harris is your new X Division champion.
No, thanks. Red taking on both of the Joel and Jose, who could barely get himself over the top rope.
Yeah, Jose forced himself over to the apron. Oh, boy.
Jose's on the apron. Red is on the top rope. And I'm sure this is going to look great. And look at that.
Wow. These guys are morons. They should be teaming up to take out Loki to win the title. Or to guarantee a new champion.
Well, you would think so. So you just did a Hurricane Rana to one of the, who was it? Jose to Joel.
Onto Joel.
Loki caught Red, who I think was going to jump out to him.
Yeah, he was going to do like a suicide dive, looked like, and he just got kicked. The camera kind of missed what was going on.
Yeah, they did. Does it bother you that Loki's definitely a mouth breather? Because I don't like it at all.
I'm a mouth breather.
Not like that.
Not like, my jaw is fully open.
Exactly. And here comes Loki holding him up in the Key Crusher 99. Is he going to hit it? And he just throws him outside of the ring.
Oh, my God.
Weird choice, but okay. Okay, like that.
Yeah.
I'm X Division champion. I do my talking in the ring.
Yeah, he breathes like Sergeant Slaughter always looks. Like his chin is out, but his mouth is open. Yeah,
Oh
I'm
boy.
Loki. Oh
Loki
no,
on the top rope. Are we gonna see a moonsault? Oh
Phoenix
no.
Splash.
Phoenix Splash to the outside. Joel and Jose are really good at catching everyone right now and not doing anything else.
Yeah. That's a good gig to have if you can get it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we've passed the hour mark. We are an hour and 2 minutes and 14, 15, 16 seconds. And we still have AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn potentially 2 times. And,
oh, God, yeah.
And we have the Truth, Ron Killings, defending against Monty Brown still.
Yeah, we do. I just want to point out that I just saw the Fire T-shirt guy again.
Oh.
But
he's back.
This week looked like he was wearing
the
a black
apron.
shirt.
And he just falls off the
There's
apron.
not been an elimination in this match. There's no way this is a limit unless Loki eliminates them all in like 12 seconds.
No, now you're saying that though. I'm not sure if it is elimination anymore. What is this?
What is he doing?
Package pile driver? Oh no. Oh. It was like I don't know. How do you explain that? It was like a straight jacket power bomb.
It was like a straight jacket. Yeah, it was like a straight jacket power bomb turned into a
face
factor.
Yeah. And
why are these guys beating each other? These guys are so stupid. Oh. Okay, well he just did like a J driller.
Okay,
he just pinned his partner. Joel just pinned Jose.
Will they just say the move was? The maximum overdrive.
Wow. Loki just casually kicked Joel right in the face. Oh, and now there's a shit ton of kicks right to the face. That's gotta hurt no matter what. And he's putting his hands up, so that definitely is an indicator that it hurts. he just did about 15 kicks right to the face. Okay.
And as we know, Loki's definitely not a light worker.
I would assume not. I mean, if you're getting kicked in the face, that's
dude, he's wicked stiff. I feel like I've heard a lot of stuff. TNA Asylum, baby. Here comes Red into the ring. Oh. That was nice. And here comes, is he going to hit the infrared? Oh, boom.
Yep, that was beautiful.
2, 3.
No surprise here. Now down to Red and Loki after Red pinned Joel.
Really, just the singles match they probably should have given us.
And these guys, they wrestled before, right? A couple weeks ago. August 7th, I think.
Oh, yeah. I see. I feel like it's been like 2 years already. It's like.
I know. Well, there's so much shit that goes on, you don't even realize it.
Yeah, because that was when they wrestled in Red's debut.
Right.
Oh, he's trying to go for Code Red.
Code Red here. And, wow, low-key countered by just ramming him back first into the crowd.
I like that counter. That was good.
That was a good counter, yeah.
Crowd's way behind Low-key. Don't give a shit about Amazing Red.
1, 2. Oh, Red is able to kick out. Now, I wonder. Now, you said Loki was getting some heat because he cut his matches short, right?
Yeah, he was. 2 of his matches. His first with Red, and then I believe I can't remember who it was with, but it was the week after that as well.
Wasn't that with Jerry Lynn?
Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, so is he about to hit the key crusher off of the? Okay, we're going up the second rope.
Oh no!
Nope. Red drops down.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, that would probably not feel good. Oh, Loki is staggered on the top turnbuckle. Here comes Red. He's going for a Hurricanrana. Loki's countering it.
Oh. What?
Oh.
No way.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Here we go. Key crusher off the middle rope.
Boom.
Yep.
That's gotta be it.
That's gotta be it.
Well, he's not pinning him, though.
There's no way that Red is kicking out of that.
He's taking too long.
If he kicks out of that, I give up on professional wrestling right now. I'm telling you right now. I will not watch another episode.
Okay,
good.
Loki gets the 3 count.
There's no way.
Born and raised in the USA.
Now, if that was Jimmy Yang, he would have kipped up.
Oh, yeah.
And been fine.
So Loki is still your X Division champion. Hopefully he has a real competitor next week.
That would be ideal. I'm over this whole, let's beat every single trio.
Oh, look at that sign, Bob.
Tits and ass. Yeah, that's exactly what TNA wants to see. we're not tits and ass, and then you have fans that have that exact sign. It's good stuff.
Oh yeah, back to the dancers. Whoa.
Oh, hey, Lollipop.
NWA main event. Is that Lollipop?
Yeah, well, she's the only one that's sucking on a blow pop. So.
Well, doesn't she end up being like more of a personality, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've seen her.
Oh yeah, as far as I remember, so that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, we get it.
Oh, Goldie's in the back with the truth.
What? What does the truth want to say?
We're on the truth killings. What did he just do? Take a booger out of his nose?
He just picked his nose and looked at it.
So she's asking him about the differences between him and Monty Brown, and whoa.
Kiss his black ass.
Okay, so he says that Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves, and 150 years later, he freed the African American sports entertainers. And he's pissed. Oh, polka dot. You want to take the title from him, you're going to have to kill him.
Jesus.
He says he had a dream too that his foot was knocking the dust off your something ass. What do you say? Who's this? Noted fitness model.
That's April Hunter and Slick Wagner Brown right there.
Holy crap. What?
Yep.
Dude. Oh, April Hunter wants a shot at the Miss TNA crown, and she's going to get a shot next week.
No way. I wonder what happens.
Monty Brown is spelled super weird in this tail of the tape here.
Instead of a Y, they have an E.
First title defense, first title shot, respectively. Can Brown use power and size and edge to his advantage? The consequence or the alpha bomb? I believe it's the truth or consequence, not the consequence, but whatever.
It's definitely not that.
Here comes. That's not how you spell his name.
No, it's not at all.
Okay. Here comes Monty Brown in some really weird, like, pleather red tights. Bob, I cannot believe that Slick Wagner Brown was just sitting ringside.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Slick was he had some name recognition.
Yeah. Now, for those who do not know, Slick Wagner Brown, he wrestles mostly in the Northeast, correct, Bob? Is that pretty fair to say?
Yeah, he's a Jersey guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And
Connecticut guy.
me and Bob have seen him at many local shows, and he one time threw water at me because I booed him. So
yeah, I actually bought a Slick Wagner Brown T-shirt.
I like Slick a lot. And here comes the truth, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. I'm looking forward to this match. I'm afraid I'm going to get my hopes up too high. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know if Killings is going to be able to carry Monty Brown to a good match. We'll see.
That's what I'm worried about.
I mean, it's not that Truth isn't a good worker.
I agree.
I think he is.
I agree.
But
I know you mean.
This is a true test. This is his first title defense, right?
Yeah, it is.
So I guess we'll see just how much of if he can pass the test, I guess, so to speak. I wonder if this means that Slick Wagner Brown's going to be coming in. Or is he going to be like a blue meanie and we'll never see him again?
Well, I would not be surprised. Maybe he's going to be managing April Hunter or something. I don't know, dude. That'd be wicked cool.
Slick Wagner Brown as a manager for April Hunter?
I don't care.
That would probably piss him off. That would piss me off.
Well, yeah, but it'd be cool to see him on TV nonetheless. Well, pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view, yeah.
Oh, look at this. Oh, he's dancing too. Oh, he's
dancing like, okay, I was going to say, what else? He's dancing like Truth is, though.
Oh, he's posing. You better not get down like that. Truth will knock you on your ass. Okay, boom.
He slapped him, drops him with the right hand. Monty Brown, so you're not going to slap me.
Oh, look at the fan in the back slapping his butt. What the hell?
I didn't even see that.
Oh, dude, it's the guy who has the "I want Goldie" sign.
He was slapping his own ass.
Yeah, we're in the corner. Irish whip to the other corner by Monty
Oh,
Brown,
I
and
see
a
that. I see the
big
sign now.
splash. Yeah, that was the guy.
That was an interesting splash. Again, he seemed like he was like delayed in midair.
Oh, someone has a sign that says "I'm with Chad," and if you remember, Chad was kicked out of the arena a few weeks back.
Oh, that's right. For the disruption or whatever it was. And that was during yeah, it was during low key, or no, when was that a low key match or was that Styles and Skipper?
Oh, it might have been Styles Skipper. Styles was definitely in the match.
Yeah.
Some shoulder blocks. Back into a corner. I'm sick of seeing people get Irish whipped out of a corner in this show, by the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's been a lot of repetitive shit here. I wonder if we're going to see a bulldog.
Maybe. Truth pulls down the rope as a running Monty Brown, then falls to the outside.
In front of the fire t-shirt
What is
guy.
Truth doing?
I feel like Truth just did a dance move and fucked it up, but we missed it.
Yeah, so do I. And he jumped out with like a crossbody, but he basically was on his back.
Ron Killings is probably the most likely to get hurt going to the floor, whether it be being clotheslined to the floor, being tossed, or jumping over the ropes to the floor. He seems like he's going to severely injure himself at some point.
Yeah.
He's not very graceful with it. Oh, Mike Brown got sent right into the ring steps, and the steps did not even budge. Usually in WWE, if you get sent into the ring steps, it goes about 15 miles down the way.
Kick.
Crowd doesn't really seem all that interested in this.
No. Denny, what's this say? Denny, this? I don't know.
I can't read that stuff.
I don't know. What is that sign? I don't get it.
It's just fans probably trying to get themselves over. You know, now I'm thinking they showed April Hunter and Slick. Is Slick going to do something?
You think Slick could become Miss TNA?
No. I'm thinking maybe Slick might be associated with Ron Killings here.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool. Hey, here we
They're
are
on the announcer's table, Dales.
No.
Give me fucking Chipotle, buddy.
Am I about to have to owe Bob lunch?
Here we go, dude.
There's no way.
Power bomb him right through a
There is no
Let's
way.
go. Let's go.
It's got to break. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Bro.
Is he about to hit the alpha bomb? Oh, it rigs him in the eyes, though, Bob.
DDT him. Ron. Damn it.
Nope. I'm telling you this.
That was the closest I was to about a $9 meal at fucking Chipotle.
Bob, I'm going to give you till the end of 2003, okay? So another
come
year.
On.
And if
I thought I had 18 years of opportunity here.
Well, yeah, but if it doesn't happen by the end of 2003, then you owe me lunch instead, and then we can start it again.
Oh my god.
I'll give you 2 years.
Overhead belly to belly by Monty Brown on the floor.
The crowd has been chasing TNA pretty much for the past hour, 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah, well, it seems like they get more interested in the action when the action's not in the ring.
Hey, maybe that's just the crowd we're serving here. You never know.
Yeah, who knows?
These two hate each other.
Maybe TNA needs to be more like ECW and just never really be in the ring.
Well, look at these little baby kicks. Look at
he's gently tapping him. This enormous human being is hitting him with the tips of his toes.
I don't like that Monty Brown is clearly wearing a singlet, but with the straps down.
Yes, he is. Yeah. But you know what? I feel like if he put the singlets up, he would look weird.
No, I don't want him up. But just get some bikers. Yeah. Kick out a 2 from Ron Killings. We're back in the ring here. Scott Armstrong's like, no, brother, it's 2.
You know what? I bet you Scott Armstrong's probably telling Monty Brown, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with having the straps up because Scott Armstrong wrestled with straps.
That's exactly. So he knows.
So he's probably offended. That's probably why he's a corrupt referee right now.
Do you know how many Scott Armstrong matches I've ever seen?
You've probably seen none.
Yeah, 0.
Of course.
It's with an STO. Today's still shaken up, I think, from them almost going through the announce table. Bob almost had a Chipotle bowl in his possession, which I have a leftover Chipotle bowl for dinner tonight, and I cannot wait to eat it.
Of course you do.
And here we go. Our Ron Killings off the top
drop.
Well, yeah, I mean, could that possibly be the consequence? No, I don't know what that move is, but
I'm gonna call it the truth bomb.
no, a bomb is a power bomb. That was the truth or dare.
The truth or dare.
Truth or dare leg drop, and it was a dare because he kicked out.
Monty Brown could handle the truth after that move. Oh, great. A sleeper hold. Fantastic.
My favorite move of the night.
Well, Monty Brown's technically tapping out, but he's not going to lose the match. We are 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 25 seconds into this program. Dallas, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of this stuff I have not enjoyed. I enjoyed the Lynn Styles match. So the first about 9 minutes of the action here was good.
All I'm going to say, and this is just this is a spoiler, that I don't know if I can give this show a thumbs down, though. I haven't disliked it that much.
I don't even. So there's this match, and then Styles and Lynn potentially twice, and one of them is an Iron match. How long is the Iron match? Do we know?
No. Is it? I don't know. I think they said it last week, but I forget, to be honest.
I think it's 10 minutes.
Oh, that's what I thought it was too.
So yeah, I think we're at almost 120 here. I mean, 118.
The last two matches must go right into each other.
It has to.
Monty Brown
is
barely.
Is really going to be another like 35 minutes?
Yeah.
Because if it is, you might as well have just done all of them right together. Oh boy. Oh, here he goes. He's going to do the front suplex. No, he's not. Monty Brown's too strong for that.
And, block.
Another counter. And snap suplex. These men are exhausted.
They can't believe it.
This has been more intense than WrestleMania 6.
They're so tired. They have
There's
no idea.
There's been more emotion than WrestleMania 8 between Savage and Flair.
How does it feel? Fire up.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. It was that sign that we saw last week. I don't know what it means either, but
a lot of these fans from Tennessee, I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Listen, Tennessee's great and all. I've never been, but it's great.
I've never been to Tennessee either.
Yeah, I don't. One day.
There's nothing in Tennessee for me.
No, yeah, me either, really. TNA Asylum.
If it's even still standing.
I think it
Running
is.
Power Slam by Monty Brown. He's the British Bulldog.
And he would have won. And the Alpha Splash.
Is this the running gimmick here? So red is just like any move is with red, and then any move with Monty Brown has Alpha in front of it.
I don't think that is official. I just called it that because of that gimmick, but
okay.
Oh,
I missed Alpha clothesline.
Here we go. Axe kick
right here. This is it. If he hits it, it's over. Boom. That's it.
The axe kick.
Yeah. Why did he emphasize that? Axe. Get it. That's it. That's his finish. Not the truth or consequence. This is it. 1,
2. Oh, that is not his finishing move. I forgot what his finishing move is.
The truth or consequence.
Yeah, but what is it?
The cutter. Diamond cutter.
Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, and here it is. Ready? Oh, no, just kidding.
Oh, Monty Brown countering.
Is it going to be an alpha slam? Alpha. Oh, he's going to do that weird move.
Sets it up. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there you go.
He's going for the alpha bomb. He reverses, kicks him in the gut, and nope. The consequence. It's officially called now. That used to be truth or consequences, but okay. Oh, alpha bomb, and oh, man.
So it's like a weird. That was almost an accidental Canadian destroyer.
Oh no!
What's it? Oh no! Jeff Jarrett, get out of there. Scott, move.
Oh no! You son of a bitch! You hit Scott Armstrong with a chair, and now Monty Brown.
Oh, he put his hands up. Thank God.
Jeff Jarrett is like, damn you, round killings.
So I want to point out that we didn't see Jeff Jarrett for like the first 43 minutes, and now in the past half hour, we've seen him 3 times.
Yeah, right. And he kicks him in the gut. Him with the consequence.
Look at this. Ron Killings blocked it. Oh, now they're training right hands.
This is the match we want to see now. Ken Shamrock's gone. Now we need to see this. Oh, hold up.
Motherfucking Brian Lawler.
Oh, here we go, Bob. Tag team match next week. Brian Lawler and
No.
Round the Truth Killings versus Jeff Jarrett and Monty Brown.
No way. No, knowing TNA, it would be Brian Lawler and Monty Brown against Ron Killings and Jeff Jarrett.
It could be.
Because you got to continue with the trend of...
Come on, bring out bad boy Billy Barons. We need some authority.
I want Jim Miller.
Jim Miller.
Oh, no.
I need Jackie Fargo back, baby.
Wait a minute. If Monty Brown does something here, I feel like Jeff Jarrett's presented as a babyface.
Oh.
Never mind. He just yanked Ron Killings into the way, and Lawler just smashed Killings over the head with the chair.
Oh, now security comes out. Oh, okay.
Yeah, good timing. They should all be fired.
Monty Brown's basically like, okay, I'm leaving. And he just got out of the ring and started to leave.
Yeah, my work here is done.
Oh. Okay, Goldie's not ready. They were trying to cut it to Goldie. They say she's not ready.
I need to know what Jeff Jarrett did. I'm about to Google it right now. I can't wait.
Is this Lollipop or is it the other one?
That is not Lollipop. Lollipop is the one that has the lollipop in her mouth.
I like this one.
You like this one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, all right. Keep it in your pants, brother.
That's Lollipop.
Does she have a blow pop in her mouth?
Not right now. She's busy.
She was doing it before with a blow pop in her mouth.
Okay, all I'm saying is we've really upgraded the TNA girls. I thought we were going to... Oh, hold on. Jerry Lynn. This whole thing with Styles and him has been coming to a head. Remember the last time Goldilocks interviewed Jerry Lynn, he told her to open up and say, ah. Actually, no, that's not true, because the last time was when she got in the car with him and they attacked him outside. But
right. But he did say that.
He did say that.
Now, that was a line probably given to him. He didn't come up with it by himself. But...
Well, maybe. Who knows? Oh.
I knew it. What was that? That was a nice scream by
Goldilocks. That's Goldilocks screaming, because Jerry Lynn was saying how his 14-year experience is going to help him here. And Styles attacks him, and Goldilocks screams, which is hilarious. Here you go, match number 2, no disqualification, which is essentially a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Well, see, I don't know. I don't think that's accurate. I think no disqualification means you can do anything, but you still have to pin him in the ring.
So, okay, here's the thing. Yes and no. I think in a Falls Count Anywhere, why can't I use other weapons? However, they
you
use
can't.
any weapon. Oh, okay. Well,
Falls Count Anywhere is still no disqualification because you can go anywhere and do anything. But I think no disqualification means you can do anything, but you have to pin him in the ring.
Okay, fine. It's kind of like a street fight. I feel like you kind of got to win a street fight in the ring.
Yes. Yeah. But like, I think a street fight doesn't necessarily mean Falls Count Anywhere.
Agreed.
Which makes no sense because it's a street fight. You would think you would be able to pin him in the street, but
wrestling.
Oh, he's on the apron. Dallas, come on.
Oh, dude, it's coming. Ready? He's going to hit him. Ready? Boom. Ready?
Go for a shoulder block.
You son of a bitch. Jerry Lynn.
If he doesn't do it on this show and he has potentially three matches, I'm going to be pissed.
Okay. What's this? Okay, a table? Okay, if Jerry Lynn does the apron leg drop in this match, he's going to be upgraded to top 5. He's in my top 5. All right.
Okay. That's a lot of pressure for Jerry.
If not, he's still up there, but he's not top 5 yet. So the crowd is chanting. We want tables.
It's right there for you. Already got.
They didn't start chanting it until they already got a table.
Yeah.
Styles positioned it very interesting. I'm sure this is going to end well.
No, I feel that's going to end up being horrible. Come on, Jerry.
Oh no. Oh, sunset flip, but Styles blocks it, holds the rope, boom, kicks Lynn, and then he flips the table. Styles springboard. Oh, that could have been bad.
He could have impaled himself on the legs there. Yeah, see, Don West knows what's up. He almost killed himself. That would have ended it. Yeah, ended his life.
We want tables. Guys, it's right there. It's right there.
We want tables. They already brought it out. This feels like such like an indie crowd.
Wow.
You know, that's the type of shit that we want blood.
So yeah, they're pointing out in commentary, Styles needs to win this match if it is going to go to a third match.
No, so it is
Which
best 2 out of 3.
so it's wrestling. So mind you, it's going to. Oh, Jerry.
Leg sweep.
Oh yeah, his leg sweep, and Jerry Lynn fell on the ground with a chair on
Oh.
his face, and then he got a leg drop with it
Is he gonna do a blade job off of that?
into an exposed face.
And now he's wedging the chair into the corner, which is usually not a good sign for someone's forehead.
You know, every time a wrestler puts something in the corner like that, I'm always afraid it's going to shoot into the first row.
That's, you know what? I can't remember what show it was, but that's happened. But it wasn't even like that. They laid the ladder over the top turnbuckle,
Oh yeah.
and they shot somebody into it, and then like, it slid off and like flew into the crowd. I was like, holy shit.
Okay, they are saying that. Hey Bob, what's that sign say? Did you see that?
Which one?
I'll just wait until it pops up again. Lots of reversals countering each other
Oh, he's
here.
gonna
No one's hit the
catapult
chair
him.
yet, and there's the sign right there. Oh, Styles is catapulted into the chair, and there's a sign in the crowd that keeps popping up that says, "I have a penis."
I have not seen that one.
It's a hard cam side. It's same guy who was slapping his butt earlier.
Oh, so it's like further up.
No, it's like right here. Where is it? There it is, right there. See, I have a penis.
It's not like in the front row, right? It's like further up.
yeah, a little up.
Yeah. I have a penis. That's a great sign.
Well, I'm glad it's accurate, I guess.
Come on, Jerry.
Jerry
Just-
Lynn, if you're listening, I would like to buy that attire from you. I really like the color.
I sincerely doubt that Jerry Lynn actively listens to this podcast, but
Just in case.
what an honor that would be. He's at AEW. He's got his earbuds in. He's listening to the TNA Cross the Line podcast.
Yeah, and also we'd love to talk to you. We're gonna message him eventually.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. He's in
Hey.
the top 5.
He's a top 5, Jerry Lynn.
He
Welcome.
just did the middle rope, the leg drop over the middle rope spot.
I gotta buy a Jerry Lynn shirt now.
I have to buy an IRS shirt off of Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
I mean, I don't want to because
No,
of
you need-
30
no,
bucks,
you need
but I need to.
Okay, Jerry Lynn.
I wish they had a Money Incorporated shirt. I'd buy that.
No.
What do you mean no? I'd buy
Jerry
that
Lynn up
happy.
on the top rope.
Oh,
Styles
this
is
is
still on
not
the
good.
apron. Tornado DDT potentially through the table. Nope. Reversal.
No. Oh, clothesline back into the ring.
Oh,
And, that was a
Styles.
fucked up
Ugh.
slingshot, twisting, glancing blow. He didn't even hit him. He just flung
The
himself
crowd
into
is
the ring.
chanting, "You fucked up," so they know. Hold up. Jerry Lynn just got rope break in a no disqualification match.
Yeah, it's fine.
No.
Dallas, it's fine. Don't worry
No.
about it. Don't ask questions you don't want answers to, okay? It's fine. I like how the announcers are completely ignoring that fact.
Mm.
A chair is right in the middle of the ring. That's probably
I think we're
lead
gonna
to
get
a Styles clash onto it or something.
Yep.
Okay.
Slap. Off the ropes. Lynn reverses it. Comes back, ducks the line, and double clothesline, and they both land on a chair. Okay, that was fun.
Well, you know, it was weird that they decided to like do that, like the running spot with the chair right in the middle of the ring. Like someone could have slipped on that.
Yeah, I didn't expect that though, so I like that.
Yeah. Styles has his hand on the chair though. Are they gonna do like a tug of war or something? No, Styles has it already. Come on, Jerry. Earn your respect.
Oh.
Oh, jabbed him in the gut.
And sunset. Oh.
Oh, chair shot right to the head. Unprotected, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's number 432. Unprotected
there we
chair
go.
shot.
Look, TNA Chad at hotmail.com. I will reach out to you, TNA Chad.
No. Are you really?
We'll see if we can get him on the show.
Ugh.
Well, I'll reach out to him and I'll say, hey, TNA Chad, saw your sign on NWA-TNA Pay-Per-View 10. We'd love to talk to you about your time.
in the crowd.
Oh,
Oh, dropkick at the chair. No, I guess we could technically call that a Lynn dropkick
yeah, why not?
to go along with the
1,
Alpha
2.
Red spot.
Oh, kick out at 2.
Well, as you said, we're pretty much guaranteeing AJ Styles winning this match to justify the Ironman match.
Well, yeah, come on. Now the question is, who wins the Ironman match? I don't know.
That's a good question. I'm going to say Jerry Lynn would win it.
I'd like Jerry Lynn to win, but I almost feel like they got to do Styles.
Mm.
Jerry Lynn's old, dude. He's over 30, apparently. It's too much.
Yeah, he's over 30 and he's having great matches. God forbid. They're fighting through the pain on Mike today, and I am really dedicated to TNA action. Can't wait until they fire me for Josh Matthews. It's going to be fucking great.
Oh, stop.
Who's elevated DDT onto the chair? Well, he missed the chair. No.
His back fell on it.
No, well, he flipped over onto it, but his head...
Announcers are making sure you know he did not hit the chair.
Yeah.
Jerry Lynn pulls him up, though. He doesn't even let him kick out. He's like, nope, I'm not done yet. Which obviously, this isn't going to go well for him because he's probably going to... This is going to backfire.
No, it's usually... Yeah, anytime you don't go for the cover, you usually lose from it.
Putting Styles up on the top rope.
I think AJ is going to hit a middle rope Styles clash through the table on the floor.
He's done some pretty nasty ones before, so you know what?
I think he did it before in Ring of Honor.
He's done
at the very least off the apron.
He did it off the stage to Daniels through a table once. That was pretty bad.
Holy fuck, that sounds dangerous. Was that for that like clear Lynch thing or whatever?
I think it was during that time, yeah.
Then crotching Styles on top rope.
I thought he was gonna go for the infrared.
The infrared? You mean the?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this move called?
Is it
spiral?
Is it spiral or spinal?
I call it spiral because he does a spiral, but I think it's spinal tap.
Yeah, I think it's spinal. And look at Jerry Lynn's up on the top rope.
Well, I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. Oh,
Bob, I think he wasn't supposed to fall. I think you were right.
You think he was supposed to catch that?
I do. I think he was supposed to catch him, but I think he lost his balance and fell.
Are they going to show us a replay or not? Do we get replays yet? Have they done picture in picture?
Because they usually just show it full screen.
Okay. No, well, because you mentioned that, and it seemed like I think you're right because he didn't hit it crisp, like he didn't land exactly on the
exactly. And I think right now they're both like, shit.
Yeah, because he's got to kick out of that. And that's kind of a big spot.
Yeah.
You know, if he immediately hits the Styles Clash, then for sure.
I think he's gonna hit it onto that chair instead now.
Off the middle rope?
In the ring.
He's gonna try Hurricanrana right here, and he's gonna counter it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. His legs, I don't think should be on the outside though.
Here we go. Ready? He's got to pull him off of this for it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah. Here we go. Onto the chair.
Okay, so he hits Jerry Lynn's crotch on the chair. And 3.
So now we're tied at 1-1. So that I feel like they definitely did an audible there.
Yeah.
I'm kind of proud of myself that was actually the supposed to be spot. Oh, we have the clock already.
Okay. Styles has one fall.
Keep pinning them. Okay. 2.
2.
What the fuck?
Nothing's happened. He's just pinning Jerry Lynn. Oh, he doesn't get a third though.
It took him 8 seconds to recover from that.
Now, see, it's really a shame because the big spot off the thing through the table would have made those 2 falls even make more sense, you know?
Right. Because realistically, the Styles Clash onto the chair isn't
devastating.
right, like not a huge thing, but a freaking middle rope Styles Clash to the floor to a table, fuck, man, you could pin him 10 times over. 1, 2, 2 count off the neck breaker.
TNA's like, yeah, we know it's only 2. As the ref's like showing it to the camera.
Andrew Thomas, the referee for this match.
Wait a second, Bob. We do have one more match.
Which one?
Jarrett's surprise. Isn't that a match?
I don't think it's a match. It might just be like, here's this. I could see something where Jarrett comes out, and
then they announce it for next week.
They come out, yeah. Especially if it's taped on the same day.
I'd prefer that. That's a good point, Bob. Actually, yes.
Styles with
sleeper hold, yay.
Favorite move of the night.
I hate, why do they keep doing these super close cameras?
I was just gonna say, because when he did right before he did the Styles Clash, they zoomed in right onto his.
Not the those aren't even the only ones all night. They've done even more than that.
Yeah. We are now 8 minutes left in this Ironman match. Styles is up 2-0. If there's more than 4 falls in this match, I will be shocked.
Do you think we might get a tie and then we have to have one more match somewhere like next week?
Dude, I swear to God, if there is a tie and they're like, well, half-hour Ironman match next week, I'm gonna freaking lose it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, great, Dallas. It's only how you. I don't like the way
it's an Ironman match.
You know what they should do? If they do a tie, they should do a match next week where there's no time limit, and then the match goes the entire 2 hours.
Okay.
Could you imagine?
No, but I could watch it.
Tonight on TNA, it's AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn and no time limit match, and then it ends up going 1 hour and 48 minutes long. I remember hearing something where like Bryan Danielson and Austin Aries, I think, wanted to have like a 2-hour match or something like that.
That's insane.
Yeah, but then they settled for like 48 minutes or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Instead of 2 hours.
Okay, we're still
I don't know. I don't know if I could get into a 2-hour match. That'd be.
Yeah.
He's had the sleep run for almost a minute and a half now.
Yeah. They had to kill the time, man. They got to let the clock run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suplex attempt, but Styles counters with a no.
Ooh, that made me nervous.
Lynn countering a Hurricanrana with a sit-out facebuster.
Oh, Lynn got a 3 with that one.
What the hell? All right.
2-1.
Not expecting that to be a pin. It's going for another one. I would have laughed if he pinned him twice on that. 5 minutes and 53 seconds left in this match. Come on, Jerry. Come on.
Who's going to win?
Not AJ Styles. I'm telling you that right now. I believe in Jerry Lynn. He's finally going to get the respect that he's earned. I was going for Cradle. No. Styles backdrop. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought that at least 2 minutes had gone by and only 30 seconds has gone by.
It's because they were doing that headlock and shit for so long. They're like going slower now.
Oof. Kicked him in the head like he's freaking Loki. Final 5 minutes, Dallas.
Styles with some chops, hitting Jerry Lynn in the corner here. I feel like they definitely slowed down in this match so far, but I think we're starting. Holy crap! Look at that.
Styles bouncing off the top turnbuckle, missing a splash.
Essentially doing a split-legged moonsault. Jerry Lynn doing a springboard leg drop there.
He has to get it in as many leg drops as he can.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This This match is it's interesting that they went into this match from the last one because the first match was open the show, and they're like, you know what, the last two they could just do together.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Because like
Scoop
nothing,
stamp.
I feel like nothing devastating happened in the Falls Count Anywhere to kind of like justify the break. Maybe if something like huge had happened.
You know, that makes me wish they did the no disqualification with the table spot. You know,
Right. Yeah.
look at this. What's he gonna hit the edge on him? And no, look at that.
Like an over the shoulder slam into a DDT. Don West thinking that if Styles gets one more pin, there's no way Lynn can come back.
Oh,
Well, see, now that's a mess up.
Is
right
that
there,
3?
folks.
oh,
It looked like Lynn kicked out, but Thomas just made
Oh.
the 3 count anyway.
okay. I guess Styles has got 3 now. 3 to 1. Can Jerry really come back from this right now?
Well, with how the announcers have been hyping this up, I feel like as if Jerry Lynn's going to have like a miracle on ice. He's going to come back. He's going to get 17 straight pin attempts, pin wins right now. He's going to get 17 of them.
If he hits like 3 cradle pile drivers, we might get lucky enough. Okay, we're just under 3 minutes now. Look at that. Oh. Spinning back kick to Lynn, hitting him square in the head. Lynn looks dead. Is he about to get a 4th pin now? No. It was close. Slowing him down again. Come on. 2.5 minutes, guys. Let's
I
go.
can't wait. Put him in another sleeper hold or something. That'd be great.
Boom. Yeah, sleeper hold right here at 2 minutes left. That 2:20 now, but come on. A couple punches to Lynn. He's can't even get to his feet. Lynn has to get at least 2 pins to tie it, like I was thinking.
In the next, almost just over 2
But
minutes
is
left.
that really
in the
going to
match.
happen? Oh, here's low key, and it looks like he's got a ladder with him. Okay.
For some reason. Is maybe the ladder is Loki's new guitar, like for Jeff Jarrett.
Why not? Oh, look at this. Lynn reversing that.
countering.
Oh boy.
Tombstone. Boom. 1, 2,
3.
3.
3 to 2.
Well,
We got a minute.
Brian Lee needs some pointers on how to pin somebody after a tombstone because he couldn't put away one of the either Storm or Harris. I can't remember who took it.
I want to say it was Chris Harris, but I don't know. And here we go. We are now a minute and a half. And they're making sure to announce it on the speaker. And usually you know what that means, but who knows?
No, pretty clear how this is. I would imagine Jerry's going to get at least one more.
Is he going to hit the cradle? Nope.
No. AJ countering.
He's trying again. He's trying again. Oh, look at.
Going for the Styles Clash, and he hits it. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
There you go. Now we're tied with 1 minute left.
Okay. Loki looking pissed up at the top of that ladder.
It's very stoic. I'm angry. I'm not in the main event. I just beat 3 guys. I beat these guys.
Oh, so TNA is... Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Backslide.
1, 2. Oh,
roll up. Look at this. Fastballs, 30 seconds remain. Reverse. Pin, reverse. Look at that. Bridge up, backslide. Oh, low blow.
Oh, low blow. Referee definitely didn't see that. He was telling the guys it was a 2 count. 1, 2. Oh, I thought he was going to get him on a low blow.
That would have been ridiculous. Well, I could have seen it happening, though. Why not? 10 seconds.
7. He's going for the Styles Clash here with 4 seconds left, but Lynn blocks it. And time runs out. We've got ourselves a draw. See,
okay.
All these non-finishes are killing the town.
Yeah, they are, man. Okay, so with the ladder being brought out like this, though, do we about to get a ladder match next week? Or in 2 weeks?
I would imagine, but it just seems like this ladder match stipulation is being overused.
Yeah.
Loki has entered the ring. He's staring at at Lynn. Is he helping him up? I feel like he's about to drill him right in the face. Don't do it, Loki. Not to Jerry. Jerry is 35 years old. He can't handle a kick. Oh, he's raising his arms.
Look at sportsmanship.
I don't buy this.
He's gonna kick both of them.
He's gonna kick Jerry Lynn. There he is. Yeah, there you go. Great. That bastard.
Knocks both of them out there.
Well, that's a heel turn, right? By Loki then?
I would say, right?
Now, according to the crowd, they're loving it.
No, that's true. And then he's booking it. Both guys laid out.
The ladders is.
Oh, he's got a microphone.
He does? Oh, what was he gonna say?
Gentlemen, if it's a title match you want, it's a title match you will receive. This is interesting because I think they just kind of to fight each other, wasn't it?
They just what?
Didn't they just want to fight each other?
I don't think it was for the title. Yeah, I mean, not for a title. They just don't like each other.
Well, it is now, I guess. So X Division isn't about AJ Styles or Jerry Lynn. He says it's about this, and he holds up the title.
Next week.
His rules next week. Triple ladder match next week.
Boy.
I would have saved it 2 weeks.
That's what I would have done.
It's not the size of the fighter. It's the size of the fight he will bring. Mind you, Styles is not much bigger than Loki. So,
no.
Okay. Weird promo from Loki. I don't
think Loki's a good talker.
I feel like that's the only time I've ever heard him cut a promo, to be honest. So that was weird.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's done it in MLW,
but so we're over at the announce table here, but also we're at 148.47, and we have a little bit of time left, Bob. Like more than I would have thought right now.
Yeah, I feel like we're not about to get like a 2.5 minute promo here by Don West. Something's gonna be going on.
Yeah, I'm thinking that as well. He's about to start selling up. Get ready. Here we go. Take that headset off, Don.
Oh, he is.
I don't know if this is going to take us off the air. We're about to... Wait, there's something happening in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really hyping this up. First time in the 54-year history. A triple ladder match.
He just said in the first time in the 54-year history of TNA, which... Not really accurate. TNA's been around for about 2 months.
He means NWA, okay, Bob?
I know he does, but he said TNA.
Look at this kid. Yeah, woo! Wrestling.
Oh, these annoying ass children.
He's like, Mike, what do you think about that?
Don was going to give him the house mic to cut the promo, but he's already got the headset on too.
3 8-foot ladders. So that's it. We only get 3 of them.
And they're only like 8 foot.
He almost called them metal, he almost called them steel, but then he was like metal and steel.
Yeah.
You've seen the Spinal Taps, the Styles Clash. You've seen all of them. Okay, definitely not. But see, I freaking told you, dude. We got a camera in the back. Scott Armstrong's like, Goldie, get that out of my face. Who's he? Oh, Bob Armstrong.
I think so.
Yep.
He sounds like freaking Road Dogg.
Oh. He's got padding. Goldie's holding the mic up to the door so we can hear him yelling.
Yeah.
Scott Armstrong's like, this is family business. Get out of here. Goldie like, I'm not leaving.
Yeah, she's refusing to do that.
A man's got to do what a man's got to do. Pointing out real quick, Bob, Goldilocks has not changed outfits at all this show.
I
was
was
the first time.
Say. Yeah, she's been having the same top on and everything.
Oh, Scott Armstrong is pissed. Dude,
Okay,
here comes Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett. We don't have a lot of time left. I don't know what he's doing. Every show ends with this motherfucker.
Is this Lollipop? Okay, here goes Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett, great. Did I hear a ladder match? Add me to it. I'll be in it.
Yeah, I make it a fatal 4-way for the X Division title.
I beat Razor Ramon one time in '95 in a ladder match. I know I'm the master of the ladder match. I beat Benoit in WCW in a ladder match. Come on.
He's like, bring the surprise down to the ring now.
I'm
Damn
gonna say
you.
I'm gonna say it's Road Dogg.
Oh. Oh.
That's my prediction.
See, due to
Family
our
issue, he was in the ring.
yeah. I
Or
don't
he
even
was-
know if I can think of a better guess than that.
That is Road Dogg.
It's got to be, right?
That's Road Dogg. Dress up as the Bullet. That's definitely fucking Road Dogg. They're acting like that's Bullet Bob Armstrong. That is not Bullet. That is fucking Road Dogg.
In like wicked funny attire. I love the attire. This is hilarious.
That is right. That is 100% Road Dogg.
It's got to be, dude. It ain't Bullet Bob, I'll tell you that.
No, it's not. Well, he has a tattoo on his arm. We should be able to see the tattoo on his arm if it is Road Dogg. I'm pretty sure that's Road Dogg.
If it is, I've never seen him in a attire like that, so that's hilarious.
No.
Although if it is, would he really be getting his ass kicked like this?
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
I feel like Jeff Jarrett would be able to notice that, oh, this is Road Dogg too.
Yeah.
The mask like that.
Oh, he's gonna give him the stroke quick. Hold on. We're wicked low on time too. Something's
Yeah, he's gonna counter it though. There it is.
I think it's Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Conan.
Oh, Conan, that's a good one.
Bob Anderson. It's Bob Armstrong.
That he says it doesn't matter. He's 62 years old. Look at him.
Jarrett's is like, what the hell? That guy just clotheslined me like he's not 58 years old.
Oh wait,
and there's Bullet
Bob.
Bob. Who the hell's that guy? This is so stupid. Jeff Jarrett, you need to know that's fucking Road Dogg.
Hold on, we don't. Oh wait! No!
We're going off the air.
Oh
Bob
my
Armstrong's
God.
got a chair. Jarrett just bailed to the floor. That went an hour 54 and 6 seconds. That was definitely fucking Road Dogg. His bullet arm. His
We'll
bullet.
find out next week because I don't know who it is. I really don't. So
That is for sure. That has to be Road Dogg. Right?
mean,
It has to be.
if it's not, who else is it gonna be?
I don't know. But I didn't see the tattoo, so I don't know if it was.
I don't know either.
It looked like him.
Hey, well, you know what? We'll find out next week. Stay tuned.
We really will, but I don't know now. I'm confused.
Yeah, me too. And I do
I'm
not.
not,
Like
I
that.
can't even look it up because I don't want to ruin it. I don't know.
I know. I don't want to look it up either.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Well, Bob, what do you What do you think about that show?
Well, the good stuff was AJ and Jerry.
Yeah, I thought all
But,
three of their matches weren't bad.
No, yeah, they were all good. But I mean, there was just a lot here that I just didn't care about. I didn't care about Loki and SATs.
Yeah.
Killings and Brown was kind of disappointing. The crowd wasn't really into it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the Harris and Storm against Lee and Ron Harris was okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would have said there's a bad match on the card, but there wasn't anything like mind blowing. Like it wasn't like,
No.
holy crap. Definitely heavier on X Division, like we were told was probably going to happen.
Yeah.
A lot of that obviously has to do with the fact that Styles and Lynn fought 3 times.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd give this one like solid thumbs in the middle. I didn't dislike it enough at all. There wasn't a lot of just bullshit segments, which I really appreciated. That was nice. Besides the end, I mean, that was pretty rough, but because like what just happened.
Yeah, I guess I can agree with a thumbs in the middle. I just because like when we have thumbs down shows, I mean it's thumbs down. Like it's pretty bad.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I didn't think it was bad. Some of I would say most of the matches besides Styles and Lynn really dragged on though. Like they really did.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm a little bummed out that next week is taped on this night because I think it's just going to give us a lower quality show. Maybe not. Maybe that ladder match is going to be freaking amazing. But the fact that Styles and Lynn just fought 3 times and then are going to fight again at the same night for this ladder match that's got to be rough.
That's what I was just gonna say. I mean, that's because let's see. Let me just look at it real quick. They wrestled a 10-minute Ironman match. Their no DQ match went 11:33, and then their Falls Count Anywhere to start the show went 9:54. So they pretty much wrestled a half hour.
Yeah, I mean,
and then you incorporate a ladder match, which is probably going to go 20 minutes.
It's got to. And the matches they just did, they weren't just fighting in the ring. They were pile driving on the stage and in the crowd and everything.
Going through tables, everything.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I think that match will be fine. It's the only confirmed match next week, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
So you're selling a pay-per-view for $10 on a ladder match. You better hope people want to see it.
Yeah. Which, I mean, if I might be inclined to be like, okay, I'll give it a shot on the ladder match because again, it's hard to fuck up a ladder match.
No, that's true. I mean, I'm in. The 3 guys in it are going to have a really great match. I'm a little looking forward to the fact once we can kind of get past these 3 though. I think the X division can be a lot more. I really like all 3 of them, but I just think we need a little bit more depth to the division.
Absolutely. I mean, they've kept it to a core 3.
Yeah.
I mean, they've incorporated David Young and Elix Skipper, but they're not
but barely.
Right. They're not a huge focus to it or anything.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, do you have anything else about this show? I don't know if there's much more I could say that we didn't already say either during it or right here at the end.
No, I don't. And I know that we've been kind of choppy here a little bit towards the end, but
yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. I think Bob helped carry that along there. Well, I don't know. I think it's me having technical issues, but so hopefully that's fine. If not, me and Bob can record the last 4 minutes again if we really have to. But...
Absolutely not. I will never do that.
Okay. We'll have to deal with the choppy ending then. But, so next week, stay tuned. We will discuss what me and Bob are going to do on the following 2 shows after next week's because they're 2 clip shows, I believe, right in a row. Correct, Bob?
That is correct.
And so, we got something planned for that. I think everyone's going to like, and me and Bob are really looking forward to it. So I think that's going to be really great. As always, continue to share us around. Follow us on Twitter if you don't already at Cross the Line TNA, and on Facebook at TNA Cross the Line Pod. And of course, we have a YouTube channel. There's not other video content up there yet, but you can just search TNA Cross the Line Podcast if you'd like to subscribe. Right now, we do post the podcasts up there as well, and run all your favorite podcast platforms.
Yeah, and I just also want to thank everybody for listening and sharing us around and continuing the journey through the early years of TNA. It's been enjoyable, even if some of it drags long. It's still entertaining stuff. So no complaints from here. And I think after next week, the 2 bonus episodes we'll be doing will be a nice way to kind of break apart from the formula that we've been doing. But for Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Cross the Line Podcast.